because, yeah, let's think about it. Also, yeah, I did just start recording. Yeah, anyone who's watching this on YouTube, if I upload this version of the VOD onto YouTube where I started recording about 10 minutes in, yeah, all you missed was Toy Factory and part of this game, Submarine, and, what was it, Water Pipes? Trust me, you're not missing much of those other two games. You don't want to bother with them. And I've covered those games before anyway. In fact, I've covered all these Nice Code games before on previous streams. But yeah, I'm trying to think of Nice Code games that are actually better than this. The only one that comes to mind offhand... So there's the Titanic game, which is, yeah, like a cinematic platformer sort of thing. A bit like Prince of Persia. That game's actually not bad. I kind of like that one. And then there's... Okay, we're done. But yeah, there's that, and some of those Atari ports are also pretty good. Like, Millipede, actually really good. But yeah, you know, I'm going to count that as a win, because again, it just loops the same 3 levels over and over. And again, I don't think there's a high score. I'm just going to check that. No, there is no high score to beat. So, oh, wait, what's going on? Okay, that's weird. So it just has to reload the screen. I don't know if maybe this was meant to be a version of Subscan originally, and then they just reskinned it. It seems possible, but yeah, I'm going to put this down as win number 20, just because I can. I don't know, I like the Titanic bootleg. Like, it's not great, it is jank, and I do get if people don't like it, but I thought it was alright. Okay, Vigilant. I thought there was a credit screen in this. I can't remember how you access it. It's like down, up, down, left, right, left, B or something like that. Maybe I'm pressing it a bit wrong. Or misremembering it. Yeah, so Vigilant, again, this is one of those games that I don't think is that bad. Like, it... I think the problem with this game more than anything is that it is plain. You know, there's no music. The graphics are about as plain as it gets. Like, look at this. Like, you look at the environment. Okay, you got, like, the standard Starfield background. But what is the floor and ceiling? Like, it's literally... Yeah, like, it's quite literally just grey. Just a flat grey colour. Like... Yeah, they could have tried a bit harder with that, let's be honest. But, you know, I'll give it this. I mean, it plays fine enough. Again, I don't know if this was maybe originally intended to be a conversion of something. It feels like maybe this was going to be the Atari version of Vanguard. And then maybe they never finished it and just turned it into its own thing. Because this does feel a bit like Vanguard. Like, you got, certainly in terms of, like, the level design. Like, look at it. It looks a lot like that. But again, it's just kind of weird that there's no music. And it doesn't have the Vanguard jingle. Yeah. Like, I get the feeling maybe this was meant to be that. Because again, there was an Atari version that was quite good from what I remember. Ugh. Yeah, this game does, again, at least have some challenge going on. Again, I would say this is one of Nice Code's better games. Because for one thing, it actually makes sense. It's kind of, okay, it's a space shooter. You know, I know how those work. Like, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Also, the fact that you can actually hold down the A button to shoot, like, you don't have to mash it, like so many other games. That's like, the big, or one of the big problems with 8-bit era shoot-em-ups, is that it feels like most of them, you're forced to mash the button to shoot, and I hate when games do that. There's no reason to do it. It's just artificial difficulty. And, like, nowadays, if I'm going to play a game like that, I'm just going to have a turbo controller. You know, I have turbo controls on my controllers. I don't have it on this controller that I'm using to play these games, which is good, because it's good that I don't have to do that for this. It just works. Yeah, there are other versions of this. Fairy, which is basically this, except you play as a fairy, for some reason. I want to say that version looked a bit better than this, but otherwise is largely the same. But what's really funny is, I don't know if anyone's seen this, but there's a handheld system that's coming out, or was recently released, I don't know, that has reskins of several Nice Code games, and one of them is this, and it's icy themed. I don't know what icy is. I'm guessing it's a slush drink thing. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't like slush drinks. It kind of feels like just a con. It's like, yeah, we just took this plastic cup, just put a ton of ice in it, a tiny bit of flavour. And it's like, okay, you drink it for, like, the first minute, and then it just turns into ice. It's like, okay, now I've got a cup of ice, now what do I do? It's like, no, just give me a milkshake or just a regular drink. You know, give me tea. You know, give me coffee. Give me this glass of squash that I've got on my desk right now. Yeah, they drink gasoline. I mean, that would be fun, but... Yeah, again, they have a reskin of this that's icy themed, and it's just... I don't know. It looks to be the same game, but again, I think that one has music. And different graphics, but... Oh, and I died. Yeah, again, it's not the sort of thing I'd drink. I have drunk them a bunch of times before, and it's just, no. Oh, there's a version of this with bees? I don't remember that one. What version is that? Because I don't recall playing that on the Nice Code streams. I've played a whole bunch of Nice Code games. I don't remember that one. And okay, actually, what killed me there? Because I didn't actually seem to come in contact with anything. I don't know if maybe the collision detection with the ceiling is off. Or maybe there was just a bullet that I couldn't see. I don't know. Oh. Also, amazing audio. Was that the stage win theme? You know, at least this game has checkpoints. It doesn't make you redo the whole level when you die. Because, you know that, like, yeah, I was on screen for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then it took me to the next level. So, you know, I'll give this game points for that. You know, it doesn't make me redo the whole level because I died. Oh god, imagine if there was a Buck Bumble version of this. Like, it's just this game, except the main character is a bee, and it just plays the Buck Bumble theme, just on loop. I'm trying to remember what other games they reskinned with the icy theme. I think Pizza Boy was one of them. I can't remember the other one. But yeah. Again, I don't know if this is meant to be based on anything in particular. Like, again, my suspicion is Vanguard. But since there was no recreation of Vanguard that ever actually released, I don't know if that's actually true. Like, again, it could just be coincidence. Just like, well, you know, make a basic shooter. It just happens to be a bit like that. Because it's not like you have, you know, diagonal scrolling stages like in that game. There are no bosses. I don't think there are continues in this. I know the original Vanguard had continues. Which is interesting, because that was one of the very first games to have that. Okay, game over. I don't think that game actually ends. If it does, I was never able to get that far. Does anyone know if Vigilant has an ending? I don't know. I'm just going to enjoy the silence, as Depeche Mode once said. Because, yeah, I mean, considering what most of these other games sound like, I might as well. I mean, frankly, I'm mostly done with this page anyway. So, let's see what else we've got. So, what's left? Okay, we've got Warzone and Movebox. I think that's it. I think I've played all these. Okay, Warzone. So this game is so complicated, they actually give you a help function because they knew people weren't going to be able to figure this out on their own. So this is like some weird... I'm not going to say strategy game, but... Yeah, like press left or right to move the copter. Press A to move your soldier. No, sorry. Press A key. No, press up. Wait, what? Why did it change from A to up? Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's because maybe you're moving it to A key to fire. Cool animation, by the way. Anyway. Yeah, that's how this game works. I think this is the only one of these games that has an explanation on how to play it. Because this part, I never figured this out. It seems like arbitrary as to where you're allowed to drop off your units. Like, sometimes it just doesn't let me. Other times it does. Like, I don't know if it's a case that I've got too many spawned. So, what am I doing? It's like, okay, I've spawned soldiers to try to get to the top of the screen, but unfortunately they just explode when they touch the base. Like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm employing them for. And sometimes the buttons just don't do anything. I don't know if there's some requirement that I have to meet. If so, the game doesn't explain it. Like, even in the help screen. Yeah, like the controls here just don't make sense. It's like you have to... I don't know, it's like... It's not like anything, actually, now that I think about it. Like, it's like you have to play this with a turbo controller. Just so that way you're constantly registering the A button. Because it seems completely random as to when the, like, summon soldiers function decides to actually work. That's the biggest problem with this game. Most of the time, just nothing happens. And it's just like, why? Also, yeah, Devil World. Or Mirror Devil World. I'm going to assume that game is on here. Because it feels like it would be. Again, it's like all the, like, lesser nice code games tend to be on here. Oh, well, I won. Stage 2. Well, wait, do I stay in attack mode? I thought I had to switch. Also, yeah, gotta be honest, I don't think this music really fits the game. It's like... Okay, we got this war-themed game. What music should we have? Let's have one that goes... Yeah, this... Like, this is nice code gaming. Like, this is prime nice code. Like, black tar nice code. That's how I describe this. It's like, what even is this? It's like, okay, well, I can just summon, like, 6 different soldiers on screen, so I can just overload them. Maybe if I summon enough of them, I can crash the game. That would be funny. Oh! Wait. Why have I not won yet? I've obviously won, because I got through the barrier. I feel like I may have broken this game somehow. Call it a hunch. Also, yeah, I don't know why they're not just going to the obviously gaping hole on the top left of the screen. Yeah, like, you have no control over these soldiers. Or if you do, it's very... not well explained, let's say. Yeah, this is the worst choo-choo rocket I ever played in my life. Yeah, so all I'm doing is holding up and just mashing A and B. Like, that's all I'm doing right now. Yep, we win. Yeah. You know what they say? Actually, I don't. Okay, what is going on now? Okay, so now we've got rockets. Okay, I figured it out. I figured out how the controls work. If I hold up and left, I can summon soldiers. If I'm not holding a direction, it doesn't work. Yeah, this is it. This is all you do. You move to the bottom left of the screen and just mash A and B, and eventually you'll win. So, oh. Again, this really just doesn't feel like it was tested at any point. Like, now I just can't summon anything. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, like, did the game crash? What's going on? Well, not crash, but did the game break? What kind of summon anymore? Like, look at this. Like, I'm mashing the buttons, you can hear me doing it. And it's not working. Well, we may as well see what happens when the timer runs out, because I can't do anything else. No, that's not the case at all. Oh, wait! Hold on. Okay, so that time I pressed up, and... Yeah, I don't get this. Yeah. No, they're not magnified or magnetized or whatever. Well, I know they go to the tanks, it's just that... It's like, what? Yeah, what is how I feel about this whole situation. It's just... Yeah, no, that's idiot gaming. Like, this game is idiot gaming. This is the kind of game an idiot would play. Which is why I'm playing it. But I'm not playing it anymore. Instead, let's play probably the easiest game ever made. Move Box. Yeah. So, yeah, you want to see the easiest game of all time? Let me show you. So, this game, basically, this is Towers of Hanoi. A version of Towers of Hanoi that doesn't even work. Oh, that is, yeah, 10 out of 10 is all I can say to that. You know, it takes a special level of skill to make a Tales of Hanoi game that doesn't even work. Wait. I'm going to summoning. Anyway. Yeah, it's about as much fun as I'm going to get out of that. You know what's really funny? That actually would have been the easiest game on this entire system if...
And this soundtrack.
I mean, there's no soundtrack for him to dance to, but sure.
Quit your jibber jabber. You ain't hurt. You pathetic. Ah!
Okay, well, that is that. Okay, so that's all of page 32 done. You know, I mean, that's what? Half an hour? That's as long as it took me to play Wonder Ball. To play the rest of those games. But, of course, I am playing these pages in random order. So, you know, that's the thing. I didn't want to be stuck playing, like, 100 and something nice code games for weeks on end. You know, I wanted to split them up. As well as all, like, the big games that are on the system, which is why I'm playing these pages in random order. Mix it up a bit. Hopefully the next page won't be nice code. But it also means it probably won't be page 33. But, yeah, let's see. So, yeah, we've done 11 pages. And the next page is going to be everyone's favourite. 34! Okay, here we go. So, what does page 34 have to offer? So, I don't think this is nice code. I think we are back to real games. Yeah, here we go. So, we do get some actual games this time. Like, actual NES, Famicom, whatever. So, page 34, from 331 to 340. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, we are not doing Bingo 75. I'll show you it on screen for about a minute. But there is a very good reason I'm not playing through this one. And anyone who's played this game, or has looked into it, knows why. Oh no. Yeah, I Can Remember. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, I Can Remember is at least better than Wonder Ball. I mean, I can say that about just about anything. But as I say, this game, I am not playing this for more than a minute. For several reasons. The first one is that it's literally a fruit machine. So, you know, it's like, no, we're not doing this. But not only is this a fruit machine, it is a fruit machine game where if you win, well, your Twitch stream gets taken down. So, you know, I don't think I'm in the mood, or, you know, really have the inclination to have my Twitch stream taken down. Yeah, basically this is one of those games. You know, one of those unstreamable games. And let's be honest, the game itself, I mean, I'm already bored, so let's not bother with that. Yeah, here we go. So what are the other games? We have Alpha Mission, Firehouse Rescue, I Can Remember. Oh, God. Okay. I was hoping we'd get some good games after what happened last time. No, instead we get I Can Remember and Hokuto No Ken. Ugh, no. Ugh, okay, let's just get the Fisher-Price games out of the way. Because, you know, I'm not going to play these for long. These games are going to be done pretty quickly. I've played these off stream, so... Oh yeah, Dian Shimole. That's one I look forward to. But, yeah, do you want to know how to play Firehouse Rescue, the Fisher-Price game? Well, let's go for level 4, because I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice if I played on, like, any of the other levels. Like I said, I have played this game before, so I do have some idea on how this works. Yeah, it's literally a maze. Like, that's all it is. You go to a maze, and then... Oh, wait, what? Why can't I go in the house? Like, there's an arrow pointing to the house, and the game's like, no. It's like, yeah, we're just not going to let you go inside that house, even though there's an arrow pointing to it. Yeah, I mean, this is an Imagineering game, so you know, what do you expect? If you expect quality out of Imagineering, well, go play games by literally anyone else. Yeah, this doesn't have perfect fit. Like, I love that perfect fit was so bad that even this game compilation doesn't include it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, having played all of these Fisher-Price games, that is the worst of them. Like, that one barely even qualifies as a game. Like, this at least is a game. It's not a game that really anyone should bother with, but it is a game. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to play these games just because, I mean, they are short, if nothing else. I think that's it, yeah. Press start to try your second rescue. Sounds good. Also, yeah, Imagineering. I mean, Imagineering, just in general, are not really worth bothering with. Like, what good Imagineering games are there on the NES? Like, try to think of some. Because I'm trying to think of ones right now, and I can't think of any. Like, did they ever make a good game? Okay, here we go. I mean, this may actually be one of their better games, just because it works properly. Also, yeah, some of these games are also on the 245 in one. Like, I know this game is on there. Hokuto No Ken is on there. Oh, God, I don't want to do Hokuto No Ken. But you know what? It would be fun to show that one off. Because sometimes it's entertaining just to show off, like, the very worst games that you can find on a system. It's like, well, you know, be thankful that this game never got localized and instead you got the sequel. Yeah, Race America is okay, but I think that one you really need a second player. Boy and His Blob I haven't really played much of. I played it a bit and never quite figured it out. It's a lot like Pitfall 2, I think. And I've got to be honest, I don't really care much for Pitfall 2. I've played through Pitfall 2. I'm not a big fan of it. Though certainly it's better than most Imagineering games. Although really, Imagineering's magnum opus is Family Feud on the SNES. That game is a masterpiece. Like, its text parser is the stuff of legend. But yeah, here we go. Yep, got to rescue. I mean, the graphics aren't too bad, I will say that. Certainly compare it with some of the nice code games I was looking at. I mean, this certainly looks better than those. Although, why the bottom half of this house is green, I don't know. I don't know if there's some kind of moss infestation, and they just haven't bothered to tidy it. Oh yeah, they did do the Home Improvement game. That's one that I would like to try to play more of at some point. I feel like there's something to that Home Improvement game. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I mean, this game has no music. I had to ad-lib something myself. Oh, is this going to be like, oh, we tricked you? Oh, no, I went the right way. Yeah, like, it's called Firehouse Rescue and there's no fire. Okay, Fisher-Price, you ripped me off. I've been diddled again. So yeah, Fisher-Price. Yeah, this was a game literally made for 3-year-olds, I think. But, yeah. Oh, wait, is that it? I thought there was another level. I thought there were 4 levels. Or maybe it's 4 difficulty. Yeah. So from what I remember, levels 1, 2, and 3, they're just the same thing, but easier. Like, exactly the same as level 4 that I just did. Same level designs and everything, but, you know, levels 1 and 2 I think are smaller. Level 3, you don't get the time limit. So, yeah, I think we can count this one as a win. I don't think anyone's going to begrudge me the win for this one. Okay, so let's do the other one while we're here. Where is it? I can remember. Let's get this out of the way. I'm kind of saving some of the better games. Actually, I might need to get the turbo controller out before I forget. I might need that for a couple of games on here. Also, you know, I will give this soundtrack some credit. At least it actually qualifies as music and like some of the nice code compositions. Also, this menu, it looks like they ripped this straight out of Mega Man 2. Like, what's going on here? It's like this is just the menu for Mega Man 2, but just, like, they changed the graphics slightly. Also, yeah, Beam Software. Like, you want to talk about a company who were talented, but were stuck with shitbag, like, publishers who didn't care about the quality of their games and were just like... Hey kid, you want to enter your name? You're the devil in me, I'm the world. Doesn't matter what's done, but your mind is very old. Yeah, it's my new remix. Hey, kid, you better get your name right or we're going to tie you to the electric chair. Yeah, so much fun I've got out of any of these games. Oh yeah, this is like something you'd hear in a raid song. Cause I ain't never gonna let you do this to me again, baby. Anyway. Okay, let's play level I think these are all the same, except there are more matches on the higher levels. So if you don't know what this is, okay, this is literally just a matching game. That's all it is. So, okay, so one is a badly drawn... Is that a toaster or a hi-fi? Boombox? I can't even tell. And 20 is a plane, I guess. Like, what is the sound design? I swear, like... I'm not kidding when I say that nice code games have better sound effects than this. Let's go for lucky number 13. No, it's not that one, was it? 4? No, 4 is the weird-looking phone mascot that looks like it came straight out of a shitbag horror game. Like, you know, the really cheap ones? They're just... I mean, I'm not a horror person anyway, but... oh, no, apparently it's not what I thought it was. Okay, well, now I know where that is. Yeah, I'm not really paying much attention to this because it's a matching game, who cares? Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get it. Who got it? Electro. So why is the computer called Electro anyway? I don't really get that. Electro. Oh, okay, I've got one. So I think 5 and 9 are the same. And, okay, so we can get this one. Yeah, it's just matching. It's just a really slow version of it. I mean, at least here you get to play against a computer. So there was that. So we go 5. Yeah, well, we don't have we don't have perfect fit, which is probably just as well, because... no. I think... Was it 13 or 14? Okay, it was 13. Okay, my memory skills are not the worst. Yeah, I did recently pick up the, what was it, the brain training for, DS. Because I never actually played it, but it seems like maybe something that is worth playing. What's 10? Okay, 10 is glasses, is 19 glasses? No, it's a camera. At least I can tell what that is. Also, yeah, you want to wear shades like that. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. I wish that was playing over this. Be a bit more going on. Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of those where... Yeah, this really feels like a Beam Software game. In the sense that... Oh, no, they got it wrong. So we got bus and we got camera. So I think I know where the camera is. Again with the camera. What was number 6? It was like some weird thing. I can't even remember what it is. No, it was the bus. It was the bus. Okay, I think I take this round. Also, I don't know why it's asking me to reveal the last 2 when it's obvious that I can only select those. So I got the xylophone, weird modern art, or whatever it is. Yeah, I did very well in this round. Hooray! By the way, little known fact actually, I am 2 people at once. Actually, that's not true at all. I'm one person. There are people out there who are multiple people. I'm not one of them. So what have we got? We got hoops, and we got a drum. Is that a drum? I can't even tell. J and P. Let's see how many the computer gets immediately. Okay, we've got the weird xylophone thing again. Okay, so 1, 4, 7, 10. 17! Which is the same as 1. And I've already forgotten what the other 3 are. Yeah, you were playing video games at 5 days. Okay, I wasn't even paying attention there. It's just... Okay, I just got another match. Sure. We got the people again. Okay, it's not 5. Okay, so... The weird xylophone thing, that was 7, wasn't it? I think it was 7. Yep, and the computer just gets that one randomly. Although, to be fair, I also did that. So, you know, whatever. Okay, we've got the weird stereo thing. Okay. Hold on, which one was the xylophone? Was it 7 or was it 10? Okay, it was 7. Okay, we got that. Yeah, Happy Match. Well, again, Happy Match doesn't have a computer in it. Oh god, I just realised Happy Match probably is on the system, isn't it? No! I don't want to play more matching games. Like, 1 is too many. Okay, well I saw what that is, but I'm sure the computer did as well. Oh no, they missed it. So the other one I think was 3. So like 2, 10, 3, 11 I think. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, Happy Match. I mean, I can think of another word that rhymes with happy that I would use to describe that game, and it's not happy. Oh yeah, Minano Tabo. I want to say that one was okay, though. Was it 20? Yes. Yeah, call me crazy. You know, call me a product of hubris, but I get the feeling I might take this one. Okay, what's 13? I don't remember. Oh, 13 is the drum. Yep, I think I might win this. I don't know how many rounds there are, but I don't think there are more than 3. Also, we got like the world's... That looks like a Dyson cleaner that you would get off Temu. I'm sorry, just it does. In the world's worst decorated living room. Oh no, there is a round 3. Okay, let's try 1 and let's try 2. So we've got a turntable and a bowling set. It's like, this is the worst episode of Classic Concentration I've ever seen. And that doesn't go with anything. And that also doesn't go with anything. I don't even know what that is. Fine, let's try 20. Yeah, what is that, grill set? Yeah, so we haven't seen anything that matches so far. I guarantee you the computer's going to get the next one, though. Like, I don't know if this is double points. Oh, we got the turntable. We got the turntable. I'm taking those points away. Yeah, suck it, Electro. I am the best at matching, not you. Yeah, I think that is what it is. You know, that like they use the game as an excuse to promote their own goods. Yeah, I got mixed up. Whatever. Fisher Price. You know what's really funny? There is a pirated game on the Atari 2600. Because pirates were very common on that system, and often they would just use weird titles for all the games. Because there were what is it? There was no licensing system, and you just get all these pirates in Taiwan who would just end up releasing the games, and... Oh, what was it? Oh, we got that. The computer's sick of my shit. It decided to actually start trying. But, no, there is a pirated version of another game. I think the original was called Skin Diver, or... I was going to say Skydiver, but no, it's not a skydiving game. But then they pirated it and called it Fisher-Price. I have no idea why they called it that. Oh, we got the bowling set. Let's do that. Zeller's? I'm not familiar with Zeller's. I'm guessing that was a department store. Probably not around anymore. Is it that one? Yeah. Mr. Postman. I've played Mr. Postman for a bit. I've got the Atari... Oh, what was it? No, I got the TV Boy clone. And Mr. Postman is one of the games on that. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of the thing. There are so many department stores from back in the day that just aren't around anymore. It's like BT's. Or, like Mothercare. I was about to say B&M, but no, I'm getting the names mixed up. What was it called? It wasn't B&M, it was called something else. What was that shop called? It's not H&M, because that's a clothing shop. No, I'm thinking of BHS. That's no longer around. But, yeah, welcome to baseball. Oh, God. Please tell me that there aren't any more baseball games on this. Because I don't like baseball games. No, I can't do them. And even if I could, maybe we want to play 2-player and that's it. I want to say Black Box Baseball is the only baseball game on this. I'm hoping it is, because, again, I don't want to play any other ones. But hey, I got 6,575, so suck it, Electro. You can go back to 1975 where you belong. I'm so 3008, you so 2000 and late. Okay, well, I think we can mark this one down as another completed game. Because, again, levels 1 and 2 are just the same thing, but with fewer matches. Not a whole lot more to say about that. Yeah, I never played Baseball Stars. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that people say is a classic, but again, not being a baseball person, it just didn't look very interesting to me. Like, again, I know Baseball Stars is meant to be good, but I'm just kind of whatever. Actually, what are the other games on here? So we got a few of these out of the way. Alpha Mission, Hokuto No Ken, Chitei Tanken, Battleship. Like, why would you put Battleship on the Nintendo? Like why? Just, no. Secret Castle, Earthstar. Oh, God, yeah, I want to say this has a section that's very similar to that Vigilant game I was playing. Truck Rally. You know, I'm just going to get Battleship out of the way. I'm going to skip this one, because I have seen this game before. I am not playing through this. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. Not only am I not playing through this game on this console, I'm just not playing through it in general. Like, I've seen this game, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like the most boring thing imaginable. Okay, maybe not quite, considering some of the other games I've played, but it's just... Is this Beam Software as well? No, I don't think it is. I think this is someone else. Wait, someone completed Battleship? I think that there are rip-offs of this game. So, they do change up the formula a bit from other Battle City... not Battle City. I wish this was Battle City. But no, they do change this up a bit from other Battleship games, where... Yeah, you got weapons that you can mess around with. Yeah. But yeah, as I say, I am not playing through this one. I've seen people play this one, and it's literally just Battleship, but single player. Because there is no 2-player mode in this. Not that a 2-player mode in this would work, but I really don't know. Like, why would you want to play 2-player in Battleship on the Nintendo Entertainment System? It's just, no. Just, I don't know, it just feels like random chance if you win or not as well. Like, I'm sure there is skill involved with this, but Yeah, leave me out of it. Like, this... No. Yeah, see, I just go for the corners. So if the computer puts it all in the middle, then I'm just not going to hit any of them. Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I say to that. I'm not even going to bother with that one. That one's literally... It's not even worth the time it takes to switch the game on. Like, Hokuto No Ken is at least interesting. Like, Battleship is literally... You took a board game and made it in a version that just doesn't make any sense for it to exist. Yeah. Well, Wonderball at least is weird enough that I had to see what happens. I also feel like if I hadn't completed that game, that it would just become some sort of sleep paralysis demon. I'm not going to lose sleep over Battleship. Trust me on that. You know, let's play a better game. Play some Alpha Mission for the Nintendo. Yeah, you want a cannon gun or an octo gun? Yeah. Oh wait, okay, so you can hold down the button. Okay, I was worried that I was going to have to mash the button to shoot in this, but no, this one you can actually just hold it down. Okay, you know what? This game gets tons of points for that. Because, again, most NES shooters, like the standard was, you had to mash the button to shoot. And you essentially needed to... You either had to get carpal tunnel syndrome to play them, or get a turbo controller, which, you know, is kind of the more sensible option, let's be honest. Yeah, I remember having to mash the button in this. I don't know if maybe... Because I want to say this is the European version, because I know that that version they fixed the shield typo, because in the other versions they spell shield with a double E for some reason. And this one they kind of fixed it. So I think this is the European one. Not that it matters, because I think with this game, the European version of the game is the same as the others anyway. Again, it's just kind of slight fixes. Hold on, let me... Oh. Okay, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Let me go for whatever the middle one is. I can't remember. I think it was the... Okay, so... I feel like there may be a bit of issues going on with this. Yeah, I think whoever put this game on this cartridge... I don't think they actually tested these games out properly. I mean, yeah, if you remember from last time when I played... What was it? The Hyper Olympic? Hyper Sports? And, like, Hyper Sports just didn't work. It's like, you couldn't get past the first level because the scores were hacked and it made the game impossible. Yeah, suffice to say the game isn't supposed to look like this. It is just supposed to look like space. So, well done whoever made this cartridge. Or this system, I should say. Oh, you know, it's kind of a shame too, because I remember this game being alright. Like, not great, but... Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure they did include all the graphics. I think it's just a case that they hacked this game to try to convert it to a different mapper, but they just didn't do it correctly. Like, they kind of messed up. Oh, I got the shield image back. Great. Which is good, because I was about to get killed. I can't remember what K does. I don't remember if that's good or not. That's one thing I do remember about this game. Some of the power-ups are good, and some of them are bad. Like, there's one where you lose all your speed. Some of them you lose all your power-ups. Like, the backwards K, I know you have to avoid that. I think the regular K is good. I don't remember what it does, but... Okay, well, at least the graphics seem to be sort of working. I don't know what happened. Again, I don't think they took graphics out. I think they... No, again, I think it's just a bad mapper hack. That does happen with certain games on systems like this, where they've got games hacked to work on a different mapper, but they don't quite work, and I think this is one of those. It's kind of a shame, too, because, again, this is easily the best game on this page that I've played so far. I don't know, are there better games? I'm trying to think, actually. Yeah, I mean, not all of the games on this page are bad, I will say that. Unfortunately, this one doesn't quite work as it's supposed to. Yeah, so now I've got the Octo shot. Yeah, this one is okay. Again, it would be better if it worked properly, but... Also, okay, I do remember that this boss... Yeah, I get killed by this a lot. Maybe this was a bad time to switch out the shield, actually. I think really the big issue with this game, actually, is the presentation is kind of bland for 1986. But this was SNK's first Famicom game. Well, I say Famicom. I mean, technically this is the European version. But yeah. Yeah, this was their first game. It's kind of weird, too, because... Yeah, so that's like the power-up you have to avoid at all costs. There are certain power-ups that are just designed to kill you. Well, not kill you, but... Yeah, put you in a much worse position, let's say. So that question mark just seems to just restore everything that I just lost. So that's good. But there are weird power-ups, like the C makes you just lose everything. So yeah, avoid the C power-up, or power down, whatever. Okay, I might want to switch out to the shield, actually. I probably need that for the boss. Maybe there's a different weapon. The problem is, I can't tell which weapons I have unlocked, because... You only start off with 1 or 2 weapons, and you have to unlock the rest of them through collecting power-ups. I don't remember exactly how it works. I'm not sure I ever fully worked it out to begin with. But as I say, I mean, presentation-wise, this one's kind of bland. But I mean, it plays fine. You know. I don't remember how the arcade version compares to this. Okay, let's switch to whatever this weapon is. Oh, this is the, yeah, super duper shot. Yeah, just shoots out tons of bullets. But what's weird too is the energy meter. It's not based on usage for the most part. I think it does for the shield, but nothing else. For all the other weapons, it's just based on... Okay, this is probably a bad choice of weapon. Though probably better than the Octo weapon, because I don't think the Octo weapon really does much against this. Because it's not like having those extra directional shots really helps. Also, yeah, the homing shots... Yeah, I think you need the shield for that boss. I think that's the only way to really do it. Also, the fact that you have to redo the entire level if you lose to the boss is kind of lame. I don't know. Okay, it doesn't seem like the question mark spawned that time. I don't know if you have to do a certain thing to get it to appear. Probably. Also, welcome back. Well, critical bypass. Yeah, cool graphical glitches. Yeah. I think there's something like 13 levels to that game. I can never get very far into it. I don't know. I might have to play that one some more on my own time. Preferably a version that works properly. Yeah. Yeah, so far we haven't had much luck with this page. I mean, considering... So far we've had, let's see... Bad mapper conversion, edutainment garbage, Battleship, like why would anyone want to play that? And Tit Game. And then we have Hokuto No Ken. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this one out of the way because I don't want to have this game on my mind while I'm playing the other games. So, yeah, Hokuto no Ken. This game is interesting, let's say. So this obviously based on the cartoon show. I'm going to call it that just to spite people who who get very anal over certain terminology for these shows. It's a cartoon. It's animated. Whatever, who cares? So, yeah. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, a bit like Kung Fu, except in this game... they decided to make it into a giant maze. So, essentially how this works is, you have to find your way to the boss. You gotta, like, go through this giant maze. Occasionally enemies spawn that... What was it? They give you extra power-ups, I think. Also, sometimes these characters appear in the background, telling you areas you can go through. But most of those doors will just take you back to the start of the level. Because the person who... the person who made this was a monster. Like... I don't know. I feel like something like Wonder Ball may have been that bad by accident. This game is absolutely bad on purpose. Like, there's no way that they were designing this game and went... Yeah, this... Oh yeah, this is the shit, y'all! It's just... Also, yeah, I'm deliberately going after these pink enemies because you do get power-ups from them. You need the power-ups to survive in this. But yeah, this... Okay, so at least now I can hammer kicks like this. So, we made it to the boss room. And, yeah, so this game was actually made by... what were they called? Shoei System. I'm not sure if I've actually seen any of their other games yet. Also, this boss is basically random chance. Half the time he'll just, like, run into you and just kill you immediately, because the people who made this... I'm just going to say straight up, they did not know what they were doing with this one. I don't know if this game had to be rushed out in a week, or if the people who made it just had ideas that just didn't work. Like, this game actively gets worse as you get further into it. For one thing, the enemies on this level, they take more hits. So on the first level, the enemies die in one hit, but on later levels, the enemies take more hits to kill, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason for them to take extra hits. And they go up of, like, every level. And, yeah. I'm not going to play a full run of this game. I'm just showing this off for, like, one life, just so you can see how bad it is. Like, that's the only reason I'm even bothering to play this one at all. Is because it's so bad, you kind of have to see it. Oh yeah, and the enemies will more actively avoid you on later levels as well. As if having to hit them more times wasn't bad enough. Yeah, it's like... Also note the fact that when you beat the level, you do not gain health. Because, you know, who needs to get their health back in a side-scrolling beat 'em up? By the way, here's the best part. Watch this. Yeah! Yeah, he takes his shirt off and he's, yeah, I don't know what's going on with those lines. Are we actually at the boss? No, I think there's more sections you have to go through. Yeah, it's another problem. The levels become more maze-like as you progress through them. I can't remember if this is where the boss is. Granted, I'm probably not going to beat it because, given that I lost my, like, most of my health trying to do the first boss, and again, the game gives you no health for completing a level. Yeah, and you'd think that maybe collecting those things will give you health. No, it does not. Fine, we'll just go through here. I mean, quite possibly. Yeah, see, this is... As I say, like, this game was designed to hurt people. In fact, I remember watching Random Strangers' video on this game. Yeah, basically saying, yeah, this is one of the very worst games on the system. Like, I mean, the only way that games can really be much worse than this is if they were literally a scam. You know, games like Mindseeker, for instance. Yeah, games like that. Or, like, starring a celebrity who turned out was yeah, guilty of some particularly appalling crimes. Yeah, like this is, like, just barely above that level. Yeah. Well, I don't say that. I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, that's the best part. He just, like, flies off the screen. Oh, actually, no. You want to know what the best part is? You die, and you lose all your power-ups. This is one of those games where you need the power-ups to have any chance of survival. You lose those power-ups, you're done. Like, this is basically a Gradius situation. Except, the difference is that Gradius is, you know, good, and this is, like, almost irredeemable bullshit. The only good thing about this game is the sound effect when you attack. That's the only good part of this game. And if you want that, I would say just go play the sequel to this. Like, the sequel isn't exactly great, but it's still a million times better than that. Like, it actually tries to be a game, which is more than what the first Hokuto No Ken is. But, yeah, anyway. What else we got? Chitei Tanken. You know, I'm going to have a quick go at Secret Castle. So I think I know what this is. Yeah. Milon Secret Castle. Yeah, Black Belt is actually decent. You know, maybe not quite on the level of Kung Fu, but again, a million times better than what I just played. Like, that, again, is actually a decent enough game. It's kind of a side-scroll and beat 'em up. Kind of wish the Master System had more games on that level, really. But here we go. Milon Secret Castle. Here's an interesting one. This is one that I would actually like to try to finish one day. This game is infamous. I don't think that's entirely fair, though. Like, this game is definitely of its time, and that time was 1986, but I'd say this is one of the better games from 1986. Like, it's got a lot of interesting ideas going on, let's say that. Basically, how this game works is you shoot bubbles to kill enemies, which is kind of weird. A bit like Rascal, except in this game, your weapon actually works. Like, it doesn't just, like, not kill the enemies. But yeah, this is really more of an exploration-focused platformer than most other ones that were coming out at the time, I think. A lot of them were just kind of straightforward, you know, side-scrollers, you know, go from left to right. This one, you gotta do a bit more. And in 1986, I don't know if... I'm not sure how this game holds up nowadays. Again, this game is notorious amongst some people, but... Again, I would say this is maybe better than people give it credit for. And I can't remember what the umbrella does, but yeah. The whole thing about this game is that it's all about secrets. Like, this is all about trying to, well, basically find things in the game. So, like, for instance, these shoes. You essentially need these to progress in the game. Like, what was it? You bounce on certain objects with the shoes. It's not entirely obvious. Like, again, this game is weird. So, like, you see, like, the hints, secret entrance in the front wall. What, do you mean, like, the screen that you appear at the start of the game? Yeah, bump ahead to find box. Like, what does that even mean? I mean, I know this was, like, 1980s, you know, Japanese to English translation. So maybe that's why this reads the way it does. Yeah, Last Battle is tragically not good. It's a shame, too, because, again, Black Belt is fine from what I remember. Again, maybe not Kung Fu level, but certainly worthwhile. And then you play Last Battle, and it's such a disappointment of a sequel. But, yeah, again, this is a game I would like to play more of at some point. So I think this room... I think this is where the boss is. But then you got these 3 other rooms. So we'll... I'll try to see if I can get to the second floor. Because this game actually gets quite interesting. And there is a continue function. It's kind of weird. You get 1 life in this game, but there is a continue function. So, you know, it's not nearly as bad as it could be. Because I have played games on this from around this time where... what was it? Yeah, I've played games from around this time where... Yeah, like, you don't even get continues at all. Like, there's just no... like, button code or anything. Like, at least this game has a button code. Which, again, quite a few games from this era did not. Like, the standards hadn't really been set. I don't know. I want to say the AVGN kind of gives this game a bad rap. Like, his review of it. I'm like, you know what? This is one of those, you have to give it a bit of time. A bit of patience and time. Though, granted, the enemies can be kind of dicks at times if they want to be. So I can't remember if there's a way to get up here at this point. There might be. Yeah, I know your weapon's kind of limited. I do know that you need a certain item. I might have actually gone the wrong way now that I think about it. I probably should have gone in the other room. Let me try exploring a bit. I know I need a certain item for the bit at the top of this area. And I can't remember where the door is. Yeah, so you see that boxing glove. Like, I need a certain item to get hit by that boxing glove. And go into the area next to it. So, I think I'm supposed to go in this room. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you do have to go into that bit. And then you get this potion. Yeah, shrink when you touch the glove. That's what I was referring to. And then you've also got find a saw. Presumably not Starcake and Waterman. Presumably a different saw. Yeah, I've been reading the Rick Astley book recently, which is why I'm thinking of Starcake and Waterman. I was also just, like, listening to all the hits of 1987. In the UK, I should point out, because they had plenty of hits around that time. Okay, there's definitely a power up here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Because I think this gives you more health. You see that my health bar extended a bit? That's why I went back in here, because I'd forgotten that. Okay. So, we go back in this bit. And I'm sure there's, like, some hidden, like, bonus room somewhere in this, but I don't remember where it is. I've come across it before. And I don't remember if you have to go into the bonus rooms to beat the game or anything. I feel like quite possibly. But, yeah. I mean, if you look up what was being released on the Famicom in, like, the last couple months of 1986, because this was released around that time, and yeah, go and play those games and then come back to me. Because you think of, like, other games that were coming out around the same time as this, and we're talking games like Ikari Warriors, which is fucking terrible on the NES. I'm sorry, it is. Like, that game does not hold up at all. I'm trying to think what else. What else was being released on the Famicom at that time? Yeah, so you notice I touched the glove and became smaller, because this game is just like that. But, yeah, the Dragon Ball game, which is, like, almost unplayable from what I remember. Just a miserable game all round. Not worth it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so I've got to go through here, I think. Oh, that's right, you get the lantern. And I don't remember what the lantern does. Yeah, Doraemon. I have the Doraemon game. I don't remember it being very good. Maybe not one of the worst games you'll find. I mean, they're certainly much worse, but yeah, the Doraemon game should be a lot better than it is. In fact, I'd say this game is considerably better than the Doraemon game. The Doraemon game is notorious. Well, actually, no, it's beloved in Japan, and seems to be largely ignored by everyone else. Probably for good reason. Though they did release it recently, like recently re-released it as, what was it, Console Archives? I think that was one of the first games they released in it, which is weird to me. It doesn't really strike me as I mean, I get that, like, the IP is huge in Asia. Yeah, Ninja Hattori-kun, that's one of those games I don't get it. Like, I do not understand the appeal of it. And that seems to be pretty much the consensus amongst, like, most people from what I've seen. Like, it's basically, okay, this game was popular in Japan back in the day, but why? Okay, so I don't know if I'm missing something here, because I can't break this block. Oh, hold on. Ugh. You know, it's good to finally play a game I can get invested in a little bit. Yeah, small ding-dong. Okay, I feel like I might need a different power-up to be able to do that. Right, we'll face the boss, see how far I get. So I don't actually know what the power-up does. Like, maybe it does more damage to the boss? I hope so, because the boss is actually not entirely easy. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but for being the first boss that you'll face, yeah, there's a good chance that you'll die to it the first time if you don't entirely know what you're doing. So, like, I did that without getting hit, but yeah, often I will get hit doing that. And I don't remember where you go at this point. I think if you go in this left room, you just get killed immediately if you don't have a certain power-up. I'm sure there's one of these, like, there's an invisible door. Oh, also, sometimes the game just does this. Also, it's interesting that they included the NES version of this game and not the Famicom, which is surprising to me, actually, because, like, given the amount of games that we've come across so far where it is just the Japanese version of the game, it's surprising that they include the American version of this one, especially when it's largely the same game, except, yeah, it's like different title screen, but other than that, there's not a whole lot different, I don't think. Well, I do like this, by the way, at the bottom where it says Hudson. Like, they managed to with a little Easter egg into the level design. By the way, the game actually does get quite difficult once you get to the second floor. Or at least, I'm inclined to say so. I don't know if that's just me being rubbish at the game, or I just never quite figured it out. But, as I say, I'd say this game actually does get quite hard. Like, that first section is nothing compared to what comes later, from what I remember at least. Yeah, so... no! Let me through. Yeah, Yeah, like, what does power even do? I don't remember. Like, does that increase my shot range? Or shot power? I'm not sure. No, it seems to go the same distance, so I don't think it's that. Ugh. Yeah, I need to figure out where all the money's at. Because I need the money. Show me the money! Ugh. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of tricks going on. Again, thankfully this has a continue code, because I can't imagine trying to beat this game without that. And again, I think you only get one life. So, basically, you die and that's it. Or, well, it certainly is for this run anyway, because again, trying to do 1CCs on these games, obviously that means if I die once, and that's the only life you get, and that's it. Ugh. Also, yeah, the enemies do respawn a lot, which actually can be a good thing if you need to grind for health. Though it can also be an annoyance, as you might imagine. I will become small. I don't know if there's a reason to actually be small, but anywhere beyond that room that I was in. Okay, I don't know how you're meant to get to that. Unless you're meant to approach it from above. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. And I don't think that's even... Is that an option? Oh. Nope, sod off. There we go. Okay, I'm probably about to die. Especially since I don't know where the exit is. I can't remember. Unless I could find some sort of health... No. I was thinking, unless I could find some sort of health refill. I don't remember what the optimal path is through the game. I know that there are certain rooms that you want to go into before other ones, and I can't remember it. I never got that far into this game. It's probably one that I have to look into more off-stream. So, there is a continue code. Is it left and start? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, if you do the continue code, which, yeah. So, left and start, as I just did. Then, yeah, it just lets you continue from where you died. And I think you keep all the power-ups, which you kind of need to be able to beat it. Anyway, let's play one more game here, and then I'll probably take a quick break. So we've got Chitei Tanken and Truck Rally. Okay, we'll do Chitei Tanken, because I don't entirely remember this game. I think I know what this is. Is this the Dig Dug game? Let's start this. So this one I think was only released in Japan, hence all the text. So yeah, you you tell me what this is. So yeah, so this is basically, yeah, clearly inspired by Dig Dug. Yeah, just shoot these eggs a bunch of times and they eventually explode. Yeah, I never quite figured out how this one works. I've played this one a little bit, but I never got into it. I don't know. Like, I vaguely know, like, you have to collect a whole bunch of power-ups, and then I think you eventually win and go to the next level. I have gotten past this first level before, but... yeah, like, that power-up, I don't know. I guess, like, the idea of making an expanded Dig Dug style game is not a bad idea, you know. But, yeah, then you have situations like that where you have something that looks like a power-up but just kills you. It's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to know that? It just looks like a power-up to me. I think that's a problem, that the graphics aren't really well defined enough. Like, in Dig Dug... okay, and that egg just randomly kills you for no reason. But as I say, in Dig Dug, like, you knew what kills you. Like, you could tell just from looking at it. This game doesn't make a whole lot of sense graphically. It's like the holes, like, they look like teleports, but they might not be. Like, sometimes they work as teleports, and sometimes they just don't. And again, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, what is the thing I just picked up? Like, I picked up a paint roller? Like, how does that help me dig? Like, I don't know if maybe this is meant to be, like, some messed up cross between Dig Dug and Brush Roller, even though Brush Roller didn't exist yet, but, you know. Also, these are some real nice code sound effects. Oh. No, it turns out you can't shoot through that, even though it looks like you should be able to. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one down to not being very good. Like, that just... Yeah, I mean, when Dig Dug exists on the same system, you're like, yeah, I'd want to just play that instead. Like, there's... It's kind of like, well, you made something, or Usei, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, but I'm not sure I want to use this game. Yeah, I'd rather play Dig Dug as well. I'm not even a huge Dig Dug fan, but Dig Dug is better. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, so I will be back in a few minutes, and when we come back, we'll play some Truck Rally, so don't go away. Okay, we're back. Now, yeah, I thought there was just one game left on the page. Turns out there's two. Okay, I said we'd play some Truck Rally, so let's do that first. Yeah, here we go. Monster Truck Rally. Turn this up a bit on my end. And there's amazing audio. Anyway. Yep, licensed by Nintendo. I'll bet it is. Especially on this console. Also from InTV Corporation, which is interesting. InTV was the company that took over the Intellivision console after Mattel gave up on it. So, yeah, welcome to the Monster Menu. Which is a great name. So what have we got? Go race with events. How many laps? Lap directions? I'm not sure what's going on there. So yeah, there's a lot of options. I've got to give them credit. Like, there's a lot to do here. Like, for instance, the track builder. Yeah, we can just build our own track. So we can... So what, we've got straight turn. We can also turn that way. Steep downhill. Gentle downhill. Steep uphill. Also, the thing wraps around. This is a lot like the track creator in... What's that game? Mac Rider? Has something like this. Whoop-de-woo. No, whoop-de-doos. What is... Okay, I have to place that. What is whoop-de-doos? Car crush, drawbridge. Okay, let's go for turns. And I want to see... I think that's drawbridge where you jump off it, don't you? Yeah, let's do the car crush. And then do a bunch of turns, and then just straight. Okay, that's my track. Yeah. What have we got? So you look at the events too. There's a lot of these. So we have the hill climb, the drag race, the bog, the car crush, the tug of war, the sled pull, the drawbridge, the donuts, the custom track, the combo course, which I think is just one big racetrack, and the Monster Truck Rally, which I think is literally all of these events. So how many events are there? Like 10, I think, not counting the bottom one. Yeah, you can randomize the course. You know, we'll do the custom track and then we'll do the combo course. Actually, I may show off a couple of the events as well. I'm not going to play through the whole thing. I have played this on my own time pretty recently, and this one might go on a bit. But I will say this game is... I don't know. This game is not very well liked. This tends to get written off as not very good. But I don't know if that's entirely fair. I gotta be honest, I think this game is better than people give it credit for. Like, this game is interesting. Like, look at this. I'm just smashing the shit out of these cars. Oh, wait. Oh, wait! Did I set it to... Oh. Okay, I think I might have made a mistake. Okay, it turns out, when it said, set the number of computers, I thought that I was going to be one person racing against two computer cars. No, turns out, I set both of the players to be the computer. I didn't realise that was even an option, but okay. Let's play the real version of this. Also, yeah, this is a recreation of Stadium Mud Buggies, which is funny because I think Nice Code actually recreated that game as well, which is quite amusing. Also, oh, you have to press select. Forgot about that. Okay, let's try the combo course. Okay, number of trucks, let's do 4. Computer players, 3. Let's see how far we get. Also, you can change the truck colours, which is nice. So, I want... Yeah, let's go for a pink truck. I want to stand out. Because no one else is going to pick a pink truck. And we'll just do 1 lap. Because I just want to show off the level. But yeah, NES Stadium Mud Buggies. Actually, I probably could play through the whole thing if I was just doing 1 lap. Now, I think where people tend to get stuffed with this game is the controls. The controls in this are a bit odd and may take a bit of getting used to. So basically how this game works is that you hold down the A button to accelerate, B brakes, but there's also a gear change system, and the way you change gears in this game is a bit odd. The way that it works is that you have to let go of the A button for like a split second and then start holding it down again. And it's something that I see people complain about. I don't know, I don't really have much of a problem with it myself. This I do have a problem with, where you just get obstacles like this, where it's like, okay, you can't go past this ramp, and then you get stuck on it over and over again. And you can see that the computer is having the same problem that I am. Like, I cannot get past this. Yeah, I do think the track design could have done with a bit of work. Like, it's not even letting me through it, even when it is down. Is this like a bad... Wait, hold on. Is this ROM broken? Because I didn't have this problem before. This ROM may genuinely be broken, because when I played this game, like, before, like, playing this on my own, I was able to get over these ramps when they were down. Okay, I think we may have to mark this one down as, like, I don't know if it's a bad ROM. It must be, because there's no other reason why I shouldn't be able to get past this. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm going to reset, and I'm actually going to show off a couple of the other events. This one might not be beatable, just based on, yeah, there's probably something wrong with the ROM. They probably used a bad ROM for this. Which, considering what some of these other games are like, just how they're kind of broken in odd ways. I mean, we saw that today with Alpha Mission. But yeah, I'll show off a few of these events. Again, it doesn't seem like it's going to be possible to beat this game, because I would have to do that track as part of the rally mode. And I have played through it in my own time. Again, that normally doesn't happen. I'm going to chalk that down to just this console rather than the game. So some of these are just races, just regular race tracks, like Combo Course, Drawbridge, I think is one of them. A Car Crush, I think, is one, and Hill Climb. But then you get sort of weird ones, like Drag Race, I think is literally a drag race. Yeah, it's weird how so many of these games, they just kind of break them. Actually, is this... No, this is, yeah, so you just have to go for as long as possible. Oh no, it's literally just a straight line. Like, that's all it is. So you just have to, yeah, just hold down the A button. It's a bit like Dragster on the Atari, where the trick is to just, you know, let go of the A button and press at the right time. I gotta admit, I was never any good at Dragster. Like, I never quite figured out the timing on it. Maybe that's one to go back to at some point. But I think I won that. Is the skinning sound messed up? It might be. Which is odd, because the music sounds normal. Like, not necessarily good, but it sounds as it should. Let's put it that way. But, yeah, I got the trophy. Okay, now I'm pressing select and it's not working, so... No, heat 2. Okay. Yeah, I forgot there was a second heat. I don't know if that's because I set it to 2 laps. Here we go. Oh, I think I might be pulling ahead just a bit. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. Yeah, it's a good thing there's no drawbridge on this level. I can just beat it. Yeah, look at this. I'm gonna win. I mean, the green one isn't even on screen anymore. But yeah, this is literally an Intellivision game converted to the NES. In fact, weren't InTV going to release Curse on the Mega Drive as well? Which was a Japan exclusive shoot 'em up. Like, I think they were going to release it in America, and then they just didn't. Okay, let's go back to the menu. What is it? Sled pull. This is one of the sort of odd ones. I'm actually going to set the number of trucks to 2. Because, yeah, it's probably best not to have more than 2 for this. Because otherwise, we're just going to be watching the computer play this all day. Yeah, okay, so that is it. Yeah, here we go. So this, you just have to drag this thing on the back of the truck for as long as possible. And it's just a case of going further than the computer. I was never very good at this one. I never figured it out. Also, this music is very reminiscent of, like, other games on the NES. It sounds a bit like Funhouse. Like, what was it? Funhouse, or... what was it? Swords and Serpents. It sounds a bit like those games. It's kind of a shame that Swords and Serpents isn't on here. That game's kind of interesting. And it doesn't even use battery saves. But anyway. Yeah, so you see that... truck stuck in the air! Real-time associates. I mean, I know real-time associates aren't very well respected. I don't know. I mean, they made at least a couple of decent games. I think. But yeah, that's the sled pull. Drawbridge, I think, is a race. Okay, let's do the tug of war, because that one's kind of interesting. Show this off. So, tug of war, this is literally... Yeah, like, literally, you're tugging. And I gotta be honest, I don't know how you're supposed to win at this. I never quite figured it out. Yeah, like, I'm trying to avoid the water, because I lose speed for doing that. Oh, oh, oh. No, I'm trying to drag the computer through the mud. Yeah, the graphics are a little bit confusing. Just the way the trucks are. Like, am I going up or am I just facing a different direction? I can't really tell. Oh, and the thing broke. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it is a bit like that, where they were really in their element on that original console they made games for, and then when it came to adapting to other consoles, they kind of struggled in that sense. Anyway, yeah, so that is Monster Truck Rally. Again, I think that game is not half bad. It's probably not worth playing on this console, because it seems to be a little bit broken. But if you play the original, you might be able to have a good time with it. It's just kind of a case of knowing how the controls work, and just figuring out from there. Again, I think that game is better than people say it is, but... Okay, last off we have Dest Earthstar. Oh yeah. Yep, Acclaim is in the house tonight. Yeah, actually, I'm going to leave this on screen, so we got more Imagineering, but this time we have, like, an actual game. And it's funny, because last time I played, what was that game, Starluster? Which is basically, well, a knockoff, or, well, I'll say a knockoff, a derivative, let's say, of Star Raiders. And that's basically what this game is as well, like, this is kind of the same deal, but... Yeah, this one came out later. I think this is actually from 1990. Like, this actually, yeah, came out considerably after Starluster. Also, like this, they actually tell you the controls, which is good. So, select for computers. Like, why would start be the weapon button? And then you kind of, like, use combinations of, like, B and the other buttons. It's just, oh. You want to talk confusion. Also, yeah, it sounds a lot like The Simpsons. I don't remember what these O's do. Okay, so, like, you can hold up B and up to go faster, which is good. I'm glad that the game tells me that, actually. That's genuinely a great thing for them to do. So, from what I remember, I'm trying to remember what the icons mean. So, I think the numbers... So, like, the 1 and 2, I think those are enemies. The zeros are planets. You can visit those. Sometimes you get extra energy from them. And then the B, I think, is the base. I can't remember what A is. That may also be enemies. Also, yeah, Mark Van Heck did the soundtrack. And you can tell. Like it just sounds like one of his soundtracks. But yeah, here we go. Going into hyperspace. Kind of a cool effect, actually. You know, I'll give him credit. Like, there's some good stuff going on here. Like, the interface kind of makes sense. I mean, if you saw Starluster last time, you'll know that I am not good at these games. I never was. Also, you can see the energy. So, you can see I've got the R laser selected. So, once I go into this one section, I think we'll start seeing some enemies. Yeah, so you can kind of see it. Oh, where are they? Ugh. I don't know. This is a bit like the tank game they did, actually. A little bit. This is like somewhere between the tank game and Star Raiders. No, and... did my weapon overheat? What's going on? Or did I just run out? I genuinely can't tell. Oh yeah, I think there is like a heat gauge. Okay, there we go. That's one enemy down. You know, let's just go to the second enemy, since it's right next to the first one. I don't know. I mean, this is probably one of the better Imagineering games on the NES. I think, if only because it's not a side-scrolling platformer, because they really did not seem to be in their element with those. It's just, when it came to side-scrolling platformers, yeah, they kind of struggled with those. Although, I gotta be honest, this movement is kind of choppy. Far more so than something like Starluster. Which is funny, because again, Starluster was, what, 1985? This was 1990. Okay, I'm trying not to overheat the weapon. Oh, wait, where's the... Oh, okay, I get it. So the 1... Okay, that's the number of enemies. I was wondering, why is it 1 and 2? Fine, we may as well visit the planet while I'm heading towards it. Yeah. Actually, how do you pause this game? It probably said somewhere at the beginning, but, like... Yeah, I can't pause it. It's just not working. But okay, we've got orbit. Let's land on the planet, see what happens. Yeah, energy recharge. Hooray! Ugh. At least I can get a bit further in this than Starluster. There isn't that. Here we go. We get hyperspace. See, this effect, I like this effect. But again, I think Imagineering, like, they... Like, their main issue was they just couldn't really do platformers very well. Like, it's just kind of... They never quite figured it out. Which is why you end up with games like Ren and Stimpy Vigilant, or whichever one it was they worked on. Like the really bad one where like, you can get killed and still have health remaining, but the game just says you died. Like, that's how bad it is. And then, like, the Home Alone 2 game and the Simpsons games, just not good. There we go. So what's in this planet? I want to see this one. I mean, I may as well visit them while I'm nearby. But yeah. Oh, is it B&A? Okay, that's just bizarre. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, this game is way better than Utmost Warfare. Like, this kind of is a game, unlike that one. That one is just... Yeah, drug-induced nightmare. It's kind of what that feels like. Just, why did you make this? Where's the planet? Ah, there it is. Yeah, again, there is some degree of choppiness to this, but... There's something going on here. Yeah, there was a Ren and Stimpy game on the NES. I was actually thinking of the SNES one, which is actually worse, I think. But, yeah. Oh, partial damage repaired. Hooray! Yeah, I think the meter at the bottom, like with the flashing lights, I think that's damage. I don't remember if the map loops in this game or not. Like, if you come out of the bottom, you come out of the top. I don't remember if this game does that or not. Home Alone 2 was definitely... Yeah, I can't remember how it works, actually, thinking about it offhand. And I don't remember what A is. I don't think it's enemies. No, it seems to be a planet. Where am I headed to? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's land on the planet. So I think B is where I need to go to, like, you know, beat the game, as it were. Or, you know. Here we go. Orbit achieved. Here we go. Weapon supply replenished. Hooray. Yeah, so I guess it's armaments. Maybe. Yeah, so I remember this now. So you gotta go down here, fight this enemy, and then you go to the B. And you're gonna love it when we get to the B. Trust me. Like, it is going to be it's going to be interesting. Also, what other weapons do I have? I've got torpedo. I also disabled the reticle. Like, I don't know why I want to do that. Oh, okay, I guess you don't use the reticle for the torpedo. It's kind of weird. Oh, saw him. I saw him on screen for a second. Okay, and the enemy's just warping all over the place. Like what's going on? Like, the enemy's just facing towards me the whole time. I mean, the temperature thing is kind of annoying. I don't know. I get why it's there. But yeah, here we go. Sector secure. Attack enemy base. Let's go to the other B first. See what's going on with that. I mean, they give you plenty of information. Like, you're certainly going to be lost in terms of that. That's kind of the problem with some of these games that I've looked at, where they don't give you enough information to go by. To know what's going on. This one, I certainly can't make that complaint. Here we go. Let's see what B does. Oh, you had a pirate cart with Ren and Stimpy? I don't think I have that game on anything. I think at one point I had a plug-and-play system that maybe had that game on it, and then it stopped working. I think it's the one that has streamed twice, and then literally it stopped working the second time. I think it was that one. But, yeah, I mean, certainly compared to some of the other games I've played today, I'll take this over most of those. I mean, you compare this to Hokuto No Ken. You know, this is not on that level. And no one should strive to be on Hokuto No Ken's level, let's be honest. Okay, let's see if I can get my supplies back. Not that I necessarily need them at this point, but I'm like, well, I'm here. Let's go to this purple planet. There probably are. There are definitely plug-and-plays that have the Terminator game on it. I have seen those. Okay, so let's head to the base for the best part of this game. If you're not ready for it, you're in for a treat. Okay, let's head down to the base. Okay, what's this? Oh, you beat that game? Well done. I could never do it. Like, I would not have the patience for it. And it's just... Ugh, I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah, so here's where the game changes things up a bit. So we were just playing Star Raiders. And do you remember that Vigilant game that I played earlier? This is kind of like that. And, yeah, it just turns into a completely different game. I suppose this is actually more like Scramble, now that I think about it. Ugh. Yeah, good luck doing this, by the way. Especially when you're in the middle of the screen. Yeah, like, you make the screen scroll down. I gotta be honest, I've never gotten past this bit. I always got stuck. Partly because of stuff like that, where the enemy flies at you at oblique angles that you can't avoid. Like, you can change the speed, but I don't know why you'd want to go fast on this bit. Okay, well, I collected something. What it does, I think it gave me, yeah, I think it gave me a rapid fire. Yeah. And then you die, and that's it. Yeah. In fact, this part really does look like Vanguard. Like, look at it. Gotta be honest, I can't decide if that's better than Vigilant or not. I mean, the difference with Vigilant is you don't have to do a poor man's Star Raiders to get to this bit. Also, the fact that, like, you die, like, a couple of times and you have to redo the whole game is pretty shitty, let's be honest. But yeah, that's Destination Earthstar. I don't know, it's a weird game. And I feel like the parts don't really connect, let's say. Like, if you had just the shooting part or just the other part, maybe it could work, but yeah. Anyway, so that is that page done. So that's page 34 over and done with. Next up, we've got page 15. You know what's funny? I've been looking at a lot of these really early Famicom games, like the... What do you call it? Like, the really early, like, mapless games. We're going to be taking a look at more of them. Particularly the ones that are on this page. Because this is games 141 to 150. It feels like I'm just getting all of these, like, really early Famicom games out of the way. And then just saving the rest for later. But I promise that that is not intentional. So what have we got? Star Force, Tennis, Urban Champion. I'm going to need the turbo button for Star Force, I think, because that is a game where you have to mash the button a lot. Same for 1942. And probably B-Wings, now that I think about it. Yeah, so we've also got Tennis, Urban Champion, Walkman, Yie Ar Kung-Fu, Zippy Race, 1942, Arkanoid, Astro Obsessor, and B-Wings. So, yeah, we've got a nice mix of, I guess, 24K and 40K games. Let's do Arkanoid first, just because I feel like this game, without the, you know, the Vouse controller, like, the paddle controller, I feel like this one is, like, near impossible without it. And I gotta be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Arkanoid to begin with. It's one of those games that people tend to put on a pedestal, and I never fully understood why, if I'm being honest. Like, this is one of those games that is okay for what it is, but I gotta be honest, I really think that this game has been superseded by, like, countless other games that do the exact same thing, but do it better. It's like, why would I want to play Arkanoid when DX Ball 2 exists? or Bouncer 2, or, you know, any other number of games that came after it. I think that's the problem. Like, this is one of those games that's important. Like, there's tons of games that are like this, but at the same time, as good as it may have been for the time, it's like, no, just give me those other games. I'm sorry, it's just, I have a hard time appreciating this one. I mean, it was definitely a trailblazer in the genre. I'll give it that. But it's kind of weird. I actually get more fun out of games like Super Breakout, even though there's maybe not quite as much to it. But I don't know. I'd rather just play that. I remember playing, it was like a game con that was in America that I visited once, and I remember getting a pretty decent score at Super Breakout. Like, I could do okay on that. I was never so good at this. But you got these, like, hat enemy things. Yeah. Okay, the thing just straight up went through the paddle that time. I think this game... I can't tell if that's a problem with this ROM, or if the game is just like that normally. I suspect that is just this game. I do know that typically when it comes to Arkanoid on these systems, like, you know, Pirate Multicarts, whatever, often they don't actually include all the graphics. So basically, if you get to the final boss, the graphics just don't work. It's like, it just doesn't load up the graphics right, because they took the graphics out of the ROM, I think. Not that it really matters in this case, because there's no way I'm getting that far anyway. Not without, like, save states. Like, this is one of those games that I was never any good at it. I'll be completely honest, I'm actually worse at the arcade version, because that one is just way too fast for my pathetic brain to deal with it. I don't know. Like, again, this is one of those games I could never get into it. I don't know. Again, that could just be because I'm just not good at it. You know, I'm not going to say this is a bad game or anything. It's just a case of, it's possibly good. I don't know. But yeah, if you ask me to name my favorite NES or arcade games or whatever, like, this game would not be up there. Like, again, like, even on the NES, like, I would rather play something like Flying Hero, which, well, I guess technically it was a Famicom game, but still. But yeah, Flying Hero, or just, I don't know, Thunder and Lightning, if anyone's played that. Just kind of this, but a bit more. I guess the problem with that game is it didn't have the, you know, paddle controls, but I don't know. I'd rather play that, personally. Which I realise puts me out of step with, you know, retro gaming discourse. I don't care. If I don't like a game, I'm just going to say so. Like, that's just how I am. I'm just like, you know what? My opinions often do not correlate with popular opinion. And that's just kind of how it is. And that should be okay. Yeah, like, you really need that controller to play this game. Like, this game gets way too fast to be able to keep up with the ball on later levels. Even if you were good at this, often you just wouldn't be able to catch up with the ball. And I'm just trying to think. Like, there's no button to speed up the paddle or anything like that. So, yeah, it just doesn't quite work, I don't think. What else have we got? Let's do Yie Ar Kung-Fu. Just get this one out of the way. Because I've got to be honest, Yie Ar Kung-Fu, another one of those games I'm not really a big fan of, to tell you the truth. Like, or, well, actually, no, that's not true. I like the arcade version of this. This version, not so much. I just never quite made sense of it. And I have beaten this game before, but that was quite some time ago. The problem I have with this game, or should I say this version of the game, is that the hit detection just doesn't make sense. Like, okay, like, sometimes when you hit the opponent, it connects like that. But then you see, like, there, like, I obviously hit him in, like, the face, and then, like, my kick just went right through him. That's really the problem with this game. It just, the hit detection just doesn't make sense. And you kind of have to game it a bit. And, I don't know, it just doesn't look nearly as good as the arcade game. There's a lot less characters. I think there were, like, 11 or 12 in the arcade game. This one you get, well, 6 if you include your own character. Yeah, like there, I obviously hit him, and then the kick went right through him. Like, again, the hit detection in this game just doesn't work. Like, I'm sure it works as intended, but the way they intended it just doesn't make sense. and I don't like it. I don't remember this problem really existing in the arcade game. And I mean, people make fun of games like, I don't know, Karate Champ or Urban Champion, but like, the hit detection in those games made more sense. I mean, I assume the reason this game never got localized, I think the real reason is just that it was such an early game, and, you know, Konami, well, they didn't start publishing games on the NES until late 1986. So a lot of these earlier games just never quite made it. Also, yeah, massive difficulty spike here, by the way. Yeah, good luck doing this. Yeah, because, like, you go anywhere near that chain, you just instantly get hit. I kind of like the theme. Like, I will say this, the music is good, if nothing else. But, you know, this game came out on the same day, I think, as Antarctic Adventure. And I'm just going to tell you straight up, Antarctic Adventure is a way better game. Like, that game just works a lot better than this. This, it just feels like you just have to kind of game the hit detection and just try to get your jump kicks in where you can. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't quite work the way I want it to. Like, this one is maybe fine for 1985, but you play it now and you're just like... Yeah, I think I'd rather just play the Ninja Turtles fighting game. Like, which was also a Konami game. It's really funny that Konami's first and last games on the system, on this hardware, because, you know, you really have to go for both Famicom and NES. Since the this game never got released on the NES, the Ninja Turtles fighting game never got released on Famicom. But it really shows just how far they came when you compare the two. Because the Ninja Turtles fighting game is... I'm just going to tell you right now, that game is way better than this. Like, that game actually just works. Although, to be fair, there were very few games like that on this system. And I think most of them were exclusive to Japan as well. Games like... what was it called? Yeah, I'm thinking games like... What was that one game that Nintendo released? Joy Mech Fight? And there were a bunch of them for the... what was it? The Day-Tatch. Yeah, it was just mostly games that were only released in Japan that just didn't get released anywhere else. Well, there was a PCM sample, but why? What, they couldn't just use the NES samples? I wish this game was better. Like, I wish that hit detection just worked in a way that just made more sense, I guess. Like, Karate Kid had better fighting than this. Because at least when you hit an enemy in the Karate Kid game... Like, it actually connects in a way where it's like... Yeah, like, this just doesn't work. I don't know. And again, like, you just get this massive difficulty spike in the middle of the game, and it's just... It's like, why did you design the game like this? Like, the game just becomes unfairly hard. I have gotten past this before, but I gotta be honest, it's kind of a Gradius situation where I don't really have much interest in playing through this again. I think playing through it once is enough. Just not, I don't know. This is one of those games that I think just did not stand the test of time at all. Like, if you want to play this game, just play the arcade version and just ignore this one. That's my suggestion. Okay, let's play some tennis. Okay, I'll have a go on this one for a bit. Let's play level 2. I don't want to play level 1, because I think level 1's a bit too slow. But yeah. Wouldn't it be a plug-and-play system for a tennis game? Especially one where the ball passes right through the racket. Because the game's like that. Actually, I'd probably try to hit it when it was too low, but... I'm just going to use my explanation because it's funnier. Also, yeah. This is when they started getting the Mario cameos in this game. Same with Pinball, actually. Though, to be fair, this is a much better game than Pinball. I mean, you know... Tennis, can't really go wrong with this one. Again, I mean, maybe the baseball game is good, and I just can't appreciate it because I'm just not a fan of baseball games. I don't mind a good tennis game, though. Be good if I could hit it away from the other player. There we go. Ugh, okay, I got a set. So I'm already doing better than I do on half of the other tennis games I've played. It's like, hey, I can actually win a set in this one. I suppose you could use the turbo controller. Yeah, maybe that's a reliable way of doing it, but I don't know. I don't remember how I beat it before. I know I beat the game, because I remember getting the like ending where it hits the gong. Oh, no, that's out. Okay. Ooh. I don't know how that works. I'm guessing that's if you want to... Oh. Wait, that was it? Oh, yeah. I was like... Yeah, I forgot the rules to tennis there for a second. Yeah, playing against the pink man. Meanwhile, I play as the blue man. Okay, that was in. Mario, you suck at umpiring. Okay, go back to your day job and, you know, hit turtles that are in shells, because clearly this is not your this is not your element. Okay. Wait, insert tennis? What? Okay, I don't remember if there's a trick to serving in this. It's maybe just purely down to timing, but I can't remember if maybe it's like baseball where you can aim the shot. Because I know there are games where you can do that. This might not be one of them, though. Oh, missed it that time. Even though it looked like it hit it, but sure. Ooh, virtual tennis. I gotta be honest, I was never any good at virtual tennis. I know that game is beloved, but I never quite grasped it. Which, to be fair, that's probably really on me rather than the game. It's one of those games I was never any good at. Maybe that's one I need to try to learn more at some point. Now, I know there's timing involved with, yeah, depending on when you press the button, when you hit the ball. There we go. Also, I'm probably not going to play a full game of this. I may just play the first set. Okay. Yeah, no way am I going to hit that. That's literally impossible. Okay, that was like a Roger Federer play. And that was like a JP Ronnie play. Like in real life. Like, I haven't played tennis since I was at school. Ooh. There we go, that was more like it. But, yeah, I mean, tennis games, they can be kind of long, actually. Especially if they don't let you set the number of, you know, sets or anything like that in the options. It's kind of the thing about a lot of these games. You don't really get that option. Yeah, the thing about this game, I mean, the reason I picked level 2 and not, like, level 5 is because this game gets, like, crazy fast on the higher levels, and, yeah, the computer is actually, like, really hard. I mean, level 1 is too slow. Yeah, it's too slow, and, yeah, a bit dull because of that. This level is more my speed, let's say. Okay, well, I got the advantage. But yeah, I seem to recall on the higher levels, this game is actually really hard. So, see if I can break. Oh! I won because of a double fault. You know, I'll take it. But yeah, I'm probably just going to play for one set and then move on. I'm not going to play through the whole thing. Ooh. Yeah, see, I'll go for those baseline shots. Because I was never good at smashes in these games. You know, I am not a pro Smash Brothers player. In fact, I'm kind of rubbish. Yeah. See, the computer's had enough of my shit. It's like, you know what? You broke? Okay, now I'm just gonna go impossible mode. Do games, like, of this era actually do that? Is it like, if you win a set, and then, like, there's, like, some internal switch where the game just suddenly becomes a lot harder? Yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to return that? Well, I guess I found a way, but still. It's kind of funny, like, occasionally they'll just randomly miss. At least on the low difficulties. I'm sure once you get, like, level 4, that doesn't really tend to happen. Like, you've actually got to hit it where they don't really have much of a chance. Okay, so that was in, but the other ball was out earlier. Because I'm not going to lie, that looked out. But, I'll take it. It looked out to me. I don't know. I suppose the detection in these early sports games can be a little bit off. It's kind of what I was saying with golf when I played that. Where, yeah, It's kind of when I was playing golf, and, like, sometimes it would look like that it was a valid shot, and they would just say out of bounds for no reason. And it just didn't really make sense. Yeah, the computer's had enough of my... has had enough of me. It's like, you know what? You want a set, we want you off the machine. Even though this is, you know, a console game and not an arcade game, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but... You know, I mean, you play games like Mortal Kombat, that mentality absolutely was there in those conversions. Yeah, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do there? It's impossible. Like, that's impossible to return that ball. Yeah, I'm just gonna just whack Mario in the face and then move on. Okay. I think we've seen enough of tennis, to be honest. You know, actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plug in the turbo controller, because I can see a few shoot-em-ups on here. I'm not playing these without turbo. Sod that. Okay, like, they should have just put turbo in the games to begin with. Let me try to plug this in. The buttons on this aren't the greatest, so I'm only going to use it for games where you have to mash the button over and over. Also, like, what did they do to the title screen? Like, why did you remove the logo? There was no reason to remove the logo. Like, just doesn't make sense. But whatever. But here we go, Star Force. Now, here's a game I actually do like quite a bit. I like this one. This is a good game. You know, early shooter for the system. One of the first really good ones, I would say. Simple as it is. It's kind of funny, too, because, you know, this did also get released on the NES, like, in 1987, I think? It's really weird, though. So this conversion, so this was a Tecmo game, or Tekken, as they were known at the time. And then they essentially converted this to the Famicom. They got Hudson Soft to convert it, because I don't think they were a licensee of Nintendo at the time. Like, they weren't making Famicom games yet. Like, they didn't start releasing Famicom games until 86. This was 85. And they basically got Hudson Soft, or I guess Hudson Soft got the license to port this game. And to be fair, it's a really good version. It's maybe missing a couple of things, but not so much so where it's really that much of an issue, I don't think. Also, yeah, I will point out, by the way, this controller, the D-pad is not not nearly as good as the other controller, so I may struggle a bit with the movement. Just going to point that out. But yeah, Tekken, not Tekken. Be interesting if they were called Tekken, though. Ooh. That's a stealth shot there. But yeah, essentially Tecmo, you know, as Tekken, they got Hudson Soft to make this port and release it on the Famicom. Or maybe Hudson Soft requested the license and to make this game. I don't know who approached who. Not gonna lie. Okay, now I'll just get to Turbo Fire like this. Without actually having to use the turbo buttons. Ugh. No, I can get the smiley face. I think the smiley face is an extra life, isn't it? See, this game is more my sort of thing. Like, this is, I would say, probably the best game I've played today. In my opinion. As hard as this game gets, and, like, the NES version even more so, it's really weird, the NES version, just in general, because I think that version, Tecmo themselves, basically, they took the Famicom version and reworked it. It's really weird. Like, they basically, I guess, got that code and was like, we're gonna make our own version for the overseas markets. Except it's really just the Famicom version, but with some extra stuff added to it. But apparently that version is also a lot harder. I'm not sure how. Like, I don't know exactly what causes those versions to be harder, but I know they're harder because I can't get as far in those versions. And I've definitely seen other people who are kind of experts on this game say it as well. Like, yeah, I've seen people say this is, like, genuinely one of the hardest games on the NES. I don't know if that's true for this version, but certainly for the NES versions, it is. Because, again, it seems like Tecmo turned up the difficulty for those. Again, not entirely sure why. I mean, it's still a fine game. It's just, yeah, good luck playing those versions. Yeah, I prefer this version as well, to be honest. I like the extra bits that they added for the NES version, but I think this one plays better. Just overall. Like, I would rather play this, you know, if I had to choose a version. I don't know. The thing is, much of the time when games got brought over, like you got NES versions of Famicom games or whatever, often they were either improved or the difficulty was altered in some way. Or maybe there were bug fixes, like with, you know, bases loaded or something like that, where they fixed a bunch of bugs and improved on it. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes the original version actually is the better version. Well, I don't know if that's true, because I think of other games they were releasing at the time, like Rygar. Like, Rygar is not that difficult. Like, the challenge mainly comes through just figuring out where to go and what to do. The game itself, I don't think, is really that hard. I don't know. I don't think they really started, like, becoming, like, the Ninja Gaiden Tecmo until Ninja Gaiden, really. I mean, though, actually, I say that, and I just remembered how hard Mighty Bomb Jack is. Like, that game is really hard. Also kind of amusing that we go from Area B to Area G. I mean, I know it's because they used, well, in the arcade version, they used the Greek alphabet for the names. So this is meant to be, you know, level Gamma, or Area Gamma, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So Area Gamma. There's something like 25 levels in this game. You get to level Omega and then it just stays on that level forever. I think that's how it works. I can never get that far because, suffice to say, getting 25 levels into this is quite hard. And anyone who can do it, all I can say is well done. Because you certainly got a lot further in this than I ever did. But there we go. Star Force. A good time. Certainly one of the better games on the system. Even if some idiotic pirate took out the logo for reasons that are beyond me. Let's just do the other shooters while I have this controller plugged in. Let's do 1942. 1942. This is a game I have actually beaten before. Like, this game is not a short game. This game, I think, yeah, there's 32 levels, and if you sit down to beat this game, you're going to be here for a while. Like, this... I remember getting the achievements on this, like, playing this with retro achievements. And I think if you look up the record, it says something like I played this for about an hour and a half. Like, it took me about an hour and a half to beat the game. And it wasn't like I took breaks or anything like that. Like, there's no password system or anything like that in this game. Oh. Okay, apparently the control scheme on this system is just messed up. Okay, so get this. I was holding down what I thought was the turbo button, but it's not. So... Okay. So you know how the PlayStation buttons are laid out? So this controller that I'm using is laid out a bit like that, but it's kind of messed up. Where... Okay, so B is equivalent to square on the PlayStation controller. Turbo B is equivalent to triangle. A is equivalent to X, or cross, or whatever you want to call it. And Turbo A is circle. So that's why I did the loop thing. It's because I pressed what I thought was Turbo B, but it turns out it's actually the A button. But, yeah, also the graphics on this are a bit of an eyesore. At least playing it on this console. Maybe it looks better if I play it on real NES, but on this... I don't know if it's the color scheme or just the way it outputs, but yeah, this is, yeah, not doing a great job on my eyes. Also, yeah, the audio in this is pretty miserable. Maybe not quite as bad as some of the nice code games I was playing earlier, but yeah, certainly not much better than that. Like, it's a bit yeah, it gets a bit grating. I think when I played this, I kind of had it on in the beginning, and then after a certain point I think I just muted the game or turned it down. Also, yeah, there's a whole bunch of ROM hacks of this. I don't think any of those are on this. This doesn't seem to do the inventor ROM hacks. I guess because they figure, well, they've already got the real versions on here, why would you bother with those? But yeah, I'm probably not going to play through this whole game, but I will see how far I can get on 1 credit, because I can tell you right now, I'm not beating this game on 1 credit. I'm not that good. I have beaten this game, but yeah, I couldn't do it on that. I don't know, I kind of like this game. It's not particularly good, but I enjoy it more than most of Micronix's other NES games, I'll say it that much. Also, is it just me, or is it really weird that Micronix, or should I say this game, it doesn't say licensed by Nintendo. Like, even if you get, like, the American NES cartridge of this game, there's no licensed by Nintendo message, which is bizarre, because I think this is the only third-party game where that's the case. Like, every other one has that. Obviously, not counting, you know, unlicensed games. But if we're just talking licensed games, I think this is the only one. Because the Japanese and American versions of this game are identical. Also, what happened there? Like, the enemies just exploded on their own. Like, I wasn't even shooting them. It's like they just died randomly. Like, yeah, this is a Micronix game. You just should expect weirdness like that. That's just normal for them. Oh, is it one of the 72-pin games? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense, but I thought that was only for certain first-party releases. This definitely was released by Capcom on the NES. Like, it was one of their first games. This, Ghosts and Goblins, and Commando, it was kind of like their original lineup. Commando, I would say, is definitely the best of those. Like, this game, again, is a bit ropey, because it's Micronix. And, I mean, I've said this before, I honestly think the Ghosts and Goblins port has aged, like, really badly. As far as, like, games go that people seem to like, or, you know, certain audiences will tell you, like, yeah, this is what you need to play. Yeah, I'd say it's aged. Yeah. I feel like if a lot of those people, if they went back to that game now, they'd go, yeah, this isn't nearly as good as I remember. It feels like one of those. And certainly if you're talking about the games that were on the NES Mini, I would undoubtedly call that the worst one of the bunch, like, easily. There are some games on there where I don't like them half as much as other people do, but, like, I at least get why people would still like them today. Like, I never got into Kirby's Adventure, or Final Fantasy, or whatever, but, like, I get why people like those games. You know, I'd take them over, like, Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. Like, easily. I mean, even, like, the arcade version, I mean, not only is that version just far more solidly made, it's also not quite as hard. It is still very hard, but it's not... I don't know. I feel like just the... Yeah, just so the jank feel of that game just makes it feel just a lot worse. Because you're combining it with the just intentional difficulty. And it's like, okay, well, you're also having to deal with a low frame rate, and... Yeah, just the whole game just not controlling especially great. And the game is just kind of randomly harder. It's just... Ooh, Kaiketsu Yanchimaru 3. I wonder if that game is on this. It might be. I don't remember. Also, this actually is kind of cool. I like this, where you get to summon extra planes that do more shooting. A bit like in, what was it, Twin Hawk on the Mega Drive? Though that game certainly does more with it. And, yeah, to a questionable extent, let's say. Yeah, I wonder if they put the Mario, was it Mario 14? Like the ROM hack of that? That game is maybe better than this. I don't know if I'd necessarily like it more, though. I don't know, I remember that game. It's not one of the worst games, I will say that. Like, I do remember that game at least has some stuff going for it. And I mean, the game was made in 1993. You would hope that they'd learned some things by then. Yeah, did Tiger Heli have extra planes? I thought it was Twin Hawk that did that. I don't remember Tiger Heli doing it. I think Tiger Heli is on this, though. I do remember seeing it scrolling through the menus. So, maybe we can find out at some point. Ooh. You know, I do enjoy this game. Like, this is one of those games that I feel is... Yeah, I enjoy it more than I should, really. Because there are absolutely better shoot-em-ups on the system, like, even in 1985. You know, I mean, Star Force is a better game. Even if maybe it's not quite as feature-filled. Like, this does have certain things that you don't get in other games. Like, this has more power-ups. You know, you can get the extra planes, which is cool. And you do also have a continue system, which is surprising for a game made this early, because most games on consoles from this time, you either had no continues, or you had to enter some sort of button combination to get continues. This one just gives you the continues. Like literally, if you get a game over, all that happens is it just like has an option to continue on the menu, which eventually became the standard, but it wasn't the standard when this game came out, which is interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, this is the only one of those games that I've actually finished. So if I have to be honest, I mean, Tiger Heli is arguably a better game, but I've got to be honest, I'd probably take this over Tiger Heli. It's a kind of a better the devil you know situation, let's put it like that. Yeah, XZXs, I would say... I mean, I would take this game over XZXs, absolutely. Tiger Heli is maybe better, but I never got into it as much. Does Tiger Heli have continues, actually? I might have to look into that. Yeah, certainly that... Yeah, XZXs is slower. The sound, I think, is worse. Certainly when you compare it to the original. Because I like the soundtrack of the arcade XZXs. 1942, I don't think really any version of it sounds particularly good. The arcade definitely sounds better. It has kind of a marching band sound to it. And this tries to do that, and it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm just going to shut up for a minute and just let you appreciate this amazing soundtrack. Okay, we'll continue. Oh, here we go. Gotta shoot these. Oh! Yeah, I can never remember the pattern for that. It's just like, yep, didn't remember the pattern? Well, sucks for you, dipshit. Ambulance. See, now I'm just thinking of Fighting Hero. And, like, that game's, like, amazing game over screen. Because that game, you get a game over and it just shows an ambulance, like, complete with the audio. And it just says game over on it, which is... Like, Fighting Hero is possibly one of the worst games ever made. Like, if you would ask me what the worst games are on the system, Fighting Hero is definitely one of them. But it does have one of the best game over screens of all time. That's, like, the one thing it has going for it. Oh god, Miracle Rope It. Yeah, like, that is another one of the worst games ever. I actually do have that game on a multicart, and I've never gotten past level 1. I've seen people get past level 1, and I don't know how they did it. I do want to see if I can get to the boss fight in this, actually. Just because it's just interesting that a game this early has boss fights. Like, oh, no. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it like that. Great. Ooh. Well, that's more than I was able to do. But the thing is, you really should just have the special moves to begin with. It's like, how do you make a fighting game with special moves and then force you to use a cheat code to do the moves? Like, genuinely one of the worst game design choices I've ever come across. Especially since, like, your normal attacks do almost nothing. Like, the game is, like, almost unplayable. I mean, the best thing I can say about it is that it's not the worst game MT Deck ever made, because Destroyer is actually worse. Is it? I don't remember. I don't know. Is XZX's... I want to say it runs about the same. I'd say slower, but other than that, it's not much different in terms of feel, I would say. Also, why is it just a random plane just stuck on the screen? And then it just despawns. Also, yeah, again, I'm not playing through this whole game, because you see how long it takes? Again, when I played through this for the retro achievements, it literally took me about an hour and a half to do it. And yeah, probably not worth sitting down here for an hour and a half trying to play through this game. I will at least try to see if I can get to the boss fight, just because I do want to show that off. But having played through this game before, I don't think it's really worth showing the whole thing on stream. Because this is it. Like, what you see on screen, like, this is the whole game, really. There's nothing more beyond this. For the most part. Again, there are one or two other things, but... kind of like the background, actually. But... ooh, what have we got here? Oh, okay, it's just another loop thing. Okay, well, I actually pressed the button to use it, and it didn't go off. Yeah, it's kind of the big problem with this game. The controls aren't as responsive as they should be. Sometimes, when you press the button, just nothing happens. In fact, occasionally when you press the shoot button, like there, like, it will play the shoot sound, but it won't actually shoot. It's weird. Yeah, I will say for the record, 1943 is definitely the better game. Because that NES version has got... not only was it made by Capcom and, you know, naturally feels a lot better to play as a result, but it's also got that sort of RPG mechanic where you can upgrade your plane, and I like that. I never got that far into that game, but that is a good one. Maybe I should try playing that one more at some point, but I don't know, I just never got around to it. Ooh. Yeah. I get the feeling I might not be able to get through the whole page of games today. But I will do all the shooters at least. Actually, isn't Urban Champion on this page as well? I probably should have put that with Yie Ar Kung-Fu. Now that I think about it, I kind of missed it. But yeah. Oh, they changed the control scheme? Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I don't remember actually playing 1944. I don't know, it's not one that I'm especially familiar with. I know it's a hack of 1943, but exactly what it changes, I don't remember offhand. Ooh, yeah, give me the planes! Yeah, look at this. Getting hyped tonight. See, this is the best part of the game, is when you get the planes. See, this game has its highlights, which is more than like, some of the other games. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, this is certainly a better game than something like Vigilant, or the shoot-'em-up section in Destination Earthstar. You know. Say what you want, but this game is certainly better than those. Oh, hold on. Let me... oh. Yeah. So I'll do that. Get the planes to respawn. Like, yeah, got the zeros. Along with the... ooh, the one that is me. I probably should have pressed the A button there, but I don't think that helps with the other planes anyway. So I don't think they can do that. Okay. Is this the boss? I think it might be. Come on, give me the boss fight. Yeah, here it is. See, this part, like... I don't understand why the... wait, what? Oh! Okay, so... okay, that is intentional. Yeah, it's got that weird symbol that a whole bunch of, like, early Capcom games use. Like, Mega Man 1 uses it. I do remember that. Oh, okay, so there's... wait, so is there a turbo button? I don't know. Again, I haven't played that version. I don't think I got it. I think I have a multi-cart with 1943 on it, but not 1944. Okay, let me remember to use the A button this time. Because I might need it for this. Okay, the bullet just went through me there. Oh, I did it! Plane defeated. Now I just have to not get killed on the way to the end of the level. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like Capcom seem to have a very sort of anti-Axis powers vibe to them. Like, between this game and, yeah, especially Bionic Commando, you know, a game that's literally about, like, the resurrection of Hitler, and you have to stop it. It's kind of funny when you compare it to Sky Destroyer, which you're playing as the Japanese. And this game, you're trying to defeat the Japanese in World War II. Ooh, what is this? Is this the destroy all the enemies on screen? Yeah. Yeah, see, I like Capcom. You know, Bionic Commando, you want to talk a true classic, you're talking about that. Also, I think I'm on my last life, so we'll probably be done with this game soon. Yeah, it's one that I do need to sit down and play at some point, because that sounds like something that would be worth just having a go at. Unfortunately, I don't think 1943 is on this system, which is kind of unfortunate. Because, again, that game is actually quite good. But, I don't know, you could do a lot worse than this. Like, we've seen worse shoot-em-ups on this console. Yeah, let's put it that way. I don't know. See, now I'm sad that Alpha Mission didn't seem to work properly. Just like whoever made that ROM just broke it in some way. I don't know. It's unfortunate because, again, Alpha Mission, kind of similar to this in many ways. You know, audio's not great, but the game plays okay enough. That one I would say plays better than this. The difference is that at least this game you get continues, and in that one you don't. Though, to be fair, I think that game is also endless. Like, if you beat all the levels, it just loops back to the first level again. Like, there's no... I don't think there's an ending. I don't remember seeing one. So I think I tried looking that up once, and it's just... Oh yeah, there's no ending. It just goes back to the first level. It's also really funny that Alpha Mission was actually made by SNK. Because for the next couple of years after that, they would just hand off all the games to Micronix. It's just really weird that they would make one game and then decide they couldn't be bothered. Yeah, maybe that's one to look into at some point. But yeah, Bionic Commando. Okay. This might be a nice practice if I decide I want to go back to this game for more achievements. Not that I'm going to do that, but you know, if I'm desperate to get more achievements and I don't feel like playing anything else. Ugh. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Oh, wait, where did I get all the extra lives from? Like, what? I thought I ran out. No, okay, I guess we're going to continue playing this for a bit more. I do kind of like the backgrounds in this. I mean, the water tends to be a bit of an eyesore, but again, that may just be because of this plug-and-play console. That's not necessarily the game. Yeah, I'm just going to try to see if I can just shoot down all the enemies. Oh. Okay, I was trying to move left, but it went up left. Again, the D-pad on this controller I'm using is not great. So most of these games, I'm just using the controller that came with the system. And to be fair, for a Nintendo Entertainment System controller knockoff thing, it's actually a lot better than you might expect. Like, it actually handles pretty well. Again, my only complaint with that controller is the lack of turbo buttons. But to be fair, that's also true of the real NES controller. So, you know, I suppose I can't really fault them for authenticity. Actually, it's really funny. I was actually walking past a store a couple of days ago. Like, I was in a shopping centre. And they were actually selling the... What was it? Like, Super Mini SFC. You know, Super Mini Southern Fried Chicken or whatever it's called. And, yeah, the one was 620 games. And I think that one is just a NES clone, isn't it? Like, pretending to be a SNES clone. I think that's what it is. Also, I've got to be honest, the background, I don't know if it's just the colour scheme, but it looks a bit like grape jelly. Like, this does not look like water, particularly to me. Yeah, it's just like a combination of the somewhat purple colour scheme and the, yeah, purple colour scheme, also the texture. Yeah, as I say, I mean, the D-pad on this, I mean, it's not the worst ever, but it's still not great. Again, the controller on the... Again, the proper controller I'm using for most of these has a much better D-pad. The buttons also just feel a little bit better. Yeah, I'm just going to try to destroy all the planes and see how far I get. No. Get over here! Yeah, take this, for I am Mr. Plane Man. He probably has a name. I didn't look it up. Yeah. See, this is the power turbo. Gets to be like 10 levels into the... Oh. It has to be about 10 levels into the game. Okay. Also, here we go. Yeah, I shot down, like, over 1,000 planes. What have you done with your life? Has anyone ever shot down that many planes? I don't think they have. Okay, you know what? Let's do B-Wings. Just because I don't want to have to go back to this turbo controller immediately. I almost want to do Urban Champion, just to compare it to Yie Ar Kung-Fu. Yeah, so, actually, what is left on this page? So, see, Urban Champion, Warpman. Ooh, I do look forward to that one. Zippy Race, Astro Obsessor, and B... Okay, we'll do B-Wings. And we'll probably save the rest for next time. Maybe. Yes, B... I'm trying to remember. Does this game use the B button to shoot or the A button? I genuinely can't remember. Like, some of these early games use the A button. I think this one uses the A button. You know what? Please, Hammer. Don't hurt them. Yeah, okay, so this is an A button game. Yeah, the enemies... Oh, they can't touch this. I got a shield. You know, I think this is where MC Hammer got his stage name. And the idea for his hit. So, B-Wings... Kind of a similar length to 1942, actually. I never got very far in this one. Like, I maybe got about 10 levels in, I think. But I never beat this game. I kind of like this one. I mean, in some ways, this is certainly a better game than 1942. Like, it runs at a high frame rate, controls smoother. The controls are certainly more responsive. Ultimate Choice? Okay, what is actually the difference between this and Ultimate Choice, which I think is the inventor version of this? I don't remember. Like, Ultimate Choice... It's the same game, isn't it? Like, maybe they changed the music a bit? I don't know. Like, I don't remember Ultimate Choice offhand. I know it's based on this game. Yeah, this game is alright. It's not one of my favourite games ever. Like, there are sort of issues that you get with the weapons. Particularly where... The game is set up in a way where certain bosses require you to use certain weapons to beat them. Like the jump weapon you have to use to beat one specific boss. There's another boss where I think you have to use the side weapon. And there's not really any way to know that without looking it up online. Or just by coming across it first hand, I suppose. There's like a super weapon in this as well. I can't remember how you get it. How they just change all the weapons to just generic names, making it hard to remember which ones are which. Yep, sounds great to me. So, what is with this background? I don't understand this. It's just flying in front of these blocks. Oh. You know, I do need to play the arcade version of this more, because I never played that version much. Played it a bit, but I never got more than like 1-2 levels in. Boogie Popper, that would be an interesting one to play. I'm pretty sure that game is on here, or certainly a version of it is. Also, yeah. Look how many shots this thing takes. Like, I'm using the turbo buttons. Like, if I wasn't using turbo, I'd be here all day. Just trying to beat this first boss. And not because I'm dying, but just because it takes, like, 50,000 shots to kill. Bumpity Bop. It's a great name. Also, it's weird that with most of these levels, you can't choose the weapon at the beginning. I never quite understood that. Just like every 4th level, you get to do it. So I'm just trying to think. So this game, I think, has 30 levels. It's similar length to 1942. And thankfully, like 1942, this, I think, has infinite continues. So it's not like, oh, you died too many times, now you gotta do the whole game again. This game is at least somewhat forgiving. I probably could beat this game if I wanted to spend all day playing for it. You know, let's switch out the weapon, just because I can. There we go. Yeah, so there are other weapons. Like, this one is the fire weapon, or the flame weapon, or whatever it's called. Kind of jumps over certain objects, but doesn't quite have... It doesn't have the shield power of the hammer. Though it does have a constant stream in front of you as long as you're holding down the button. Also, if you get hit, you lose your weapon. If you press the B button, then you also lose the weapon. Which is a bit odd. So you have to make sure not to press it unless you're trying to replace your weapon. That's the only reason to do it. Or if you're about to get killed. Because if you don't have the weapon, you're about to get hit, you can press the B button to duck into the background. Which is kind of interesting, but... What's a little bit annoying about it is the fact that you cannot... What was it? You can't hold down the B button. Like, your ship always goes back up after a couple seconds. Oh, also, I think I just got an extra life, didn't I? Okay, here we go. So let's grab the F, which is literally just the weapon I got. This game really wants me to keep this weapon. Which is maybe a sign that I probably should be using it. Actually, this probably is the best weapon to use for the upcoming boss, now that I think about it. Which is maybe the reason they put it in the level. Also, you got these weapon pickups. Sometimes they can be kind of hard to obtain. Wait, what is this one? Oh yeah, this is the one that shoots out hearts. I don't know why you shoot out hearts as a projectile attack. Like, I mean, that's the kind of thing that only Data East would have come up with. Because, like, that is Data East core if I ever heard it. Like, yeah, we're just going to have hearts as a projectile attack and shoot them up. Check out my new weapon. Weapon of choice. Actually, it's funny. I was in a charity shop earlier. I was walking around places. And it's really funny. There was one shop where they, I guess, just took on just unsold stock of a few DVDs. And one of them was, it was the Bros DVD. Like the boy band from the 80s. Where they did a documentary. Wasn't it something about, like them setting up a farm or something? It's just like... I remember seeing a video of the best bits of it on YouTube, and it's just like... They kind of just come across as out of touch, but in a funny way. Oh, wait, is this the level where you need the side weapon for the boss? Maybe, actually. Yeah, because like you see all these hearts that are shooting off to the side. Like, this game is weird. But in a way that I like. Like, this is weird in a good way, I would say. Yeah, so you... Oh, yeah, of course I get killed. And I don't even get showed off. But yeah, basically, if I didn't get killed, I would have been able to shoot those flashing things off to the side. But now that I've lost the weapon, I can't do that. So now all I can do is just not get killed. Yeah, see, this is where not being able to choose your weapon at the start kind of sucks. And I have no idea what the umbrella does. I don't know what it is about, like, mid-80s, like, Famicom games and, like, umbrella icons that don't seem to do anything. Or if they do something, it's not obvious what it does. Also, yeah, good luck picking this one up. Look at that. How am I supposed to get that weapon? Like, it literally scrolls with the screen. Like, it's bullshit. I think that's my biggest problem with the game, is that if you lose your weapon, it's too hard to get another one. Because your default weapon just doesn't have range. Like, there's no... Yeah, like, it only shoots upwards. So, if the weapon that you need to get isn't directly in front of you, good luck getting it. That's kind of the big reason why I wasn't so much into this game. Like, 1942, it feels like no matter what situation you're in, you've always got the weapons that you need. Like the default weapon in 1942 is good enough for dealing with any of the enemies in the game, even the boss fights. Where a lot of other games, and I don't know if this is necessarily one of them, but yeah, certainly you play games like Gradius, or, you know, Life Force, or, you know, whatever else. And it really feels like you need those weapons to get anywhere. Like, a lot of games that came after this, certainly. Just, I don't know. It's like they learned the wrong lessons from Gradius. It's like, oh yeah, weapons where if you lose them, you're basically done. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I don't know. Like, this game isn't necessarily one of those. It's just like getting the weapons is a bit awkward. And, I don't know. Like, when you don't have the extra weapons, it just doesn't feel as good to play. The B games. I don't know. It just... I wasn't really getting very far with that. It's just kind of... Eh. I don't know. I decided to kind of leave it. I'm like... Yeah, this isn't really working out. You know. It's not you, it's me. Also, I don't know what these things are. They just kind of appear out of thin air. Maybe they're supposed to appear out of the ground, but that's not how it looks. Actually, was this the first game that Data East published in-house? Because I know that they made games for Namco before this, but I think this may be the first game they actually published. Because I know before this they made games like Burger Time and Tag Team Wrestling for the Famicom. Also, this weapon is not great. Let's swap it out. Oh, yeah, this is... I can't remember what this weapon is called, but this is the one where you just got, like... This, you just hold down the turbo button, it creates this force field right in front of you. Which is good for dealing with the normal enemies, not so good for some of the bosses, though. Yeah, like... yeah, let's go for C. What is C? Oh, it's... yeah, cannon, I think. But, yeah. I don't know. I decided I kind of wanted to move on from that personally. What is that weapon? I can't even tell what that is. Okay, let's pick it up. I just want to show off all the different... Oh yeah, this is the weird one where it keeps going off in different directions and you don't really have any control over it. I never quite understood the point of this weapon. Like, I'm sure there is, like, some use to it, but it never quite made sense to me, really. Just like, what? Okay, I think we're good. I can't even remember what this one's called. It's like the diner weapon. There we go. Boneless wings. I think the real title for this game is Battle Wings. At least the arcade version. Let's see. Oh, okay, now I get to choose a weapon. Yeah, so cannon, that's the one I was just using. Or no, that was the other one. Wide, yeah, I think that's the one I had for that boss. Multi... I can't remember what multi is. Van? That's like the one with the really short range. Side, yes, a side attack. Anti... What is anti? I can't remember. Now, what is diner? I can't remember what diner is. Van 1. I think this has the real... Oh, okay, diner is this one. Okay, it's the one with the big shot. I swear there's like some weird weapon that you can get that you can't select through that menu. You just have to get it through collecting power-ups. But like, note the fact that like I had to choose a weapon there. So I imagine if you get that weapon after 4 levels, you just lose it. But hey, we made it to level 5, so that's something. Okay, maybe this is not a bad weapon to have now. Though it is kind of funny that the stages are kind of all... Yeah, it's largely palette swaps, really. Oh, okay, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, this is the bomb weapon. I think this is jump, isn't it? Like, this is the weapon that you need for, like, 1 or 2 bosses. Like, yeah. But, like, even if you have this weapon, it's kind of awkward. Because you can't choose where to aim the shot. This might be... I think this may be a case where I actually need this for the boss fight. Also, apologies for the for the shoot sound. It's one of the more obnoxious ones, unfortunately. And again, you do need this one for, like, 1 or 2 of the boss fights. You know, I'll replace it just because someone may have a better shoot sound. Yes, this is, like, the back shot. I don't think has any use for the bosses. I think it's just useful for sections like this. You know, I'm down for this game. Like, this one's fine. I can't even tell what I collected. Was that an umbrella? Or was it something else? Ugh. Oh, I see. You have to hit the flashing part for it to count. Okay, that makes sense. It's consistent with the rest of the game. Let's put it that way. The ultimate. How do you get multiple ultimate choices? Like, surely there can only be one ultimate choice. Like, every other choice before the ultimate one isn't really ultimate. It's like, yeah, I guess the choice they make for the last level, I guess that could be the ultimate choice. But the rest of these are not ultimate in any way. Like, this is not an ultimate choice. I don't think the people who made that hack knew what the word ultimate actually meant. Oh no! Okay, this may be a bit awkward. Yeah, don't know how I'm supposed to do that. And, oh. Okay, I didn't actually mean to choose the cannon. I had a Turbo A held down. Oops. Well, at least here, if I die, I can at least choose a different weapon. Yeah, I think this is literally the weapon I had. Ooh. Yeah, this is the weapon I had for the boss. Okay, if I die... There's probably some particular weapon that's good for this. I know you can get through the barrier. It's just a case of your good luck. Oh, and of course I lost the weapon too. Just to make it even worse. I suppose really... I was going to say I could probably duck, but... Yeah, if I get killed, then it's kind of pointless. Fine, we'll pick the jump, because maybe that's what I need for this one. I don't think you need this weapon for this boss. It's a different boss that I'm thinking of. There we go, just destroy everything. Yeah, take this game. Yeah, avoid that. Okay, let's see if I can actually do this fight. Yeah, again, there's no way I'm beating this game. But we'll give it a go. Oh, wait, did the shot go through the rocket? What happened there? Maybe this weapon's just weird. Ugh. Yeah, destroyed that thing. Oh. It was really funny, actually. I remember driving around, and there's this one radio frequency that just picks up random radio stations and doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, hold on. You know, I don't think I even need the jump thing for this. Although, actually, maybe that was working the whole time. Never mind. Yeah, so you can see that it's connecting with the top. Like, it goes through walls. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Yeah, there are multi-carts where they just split each, you know, ship to an option on the menu. I do wonder if in those it like if you say if you die, like you pick the, you know, the game and then you die, does it keep the weapon after you die, or does it send you back to the default weapon? Because I know that with versions of Contra that you come across on multi-carts where they put a whole bunch of duplicate versions that give you, like they change the default starting weapon. So instead of the, you know, default gun, it might give you the machine gun or the spread gun. And even if you die, you still get that gun when you respawn. Does it do that in the B-Wings hacks? Oh. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so that's actually not bad. But there we go, that's B-Wings. You know, actually, it's coming up to 7. I think we're going we got time for one more game, because I really want to play this now that I've played Yie Ar Kung-Fu. We may as well play this as well. I was playing Game & Watch games, so, like, off-stream, so this feels like that'll be a good time to play this. Yeah, I was mentioning Urban Champion earlier. Here we go. See if I can figure this out. Ugh. Oh, you sod. Yeah, now it's just spamming hits. Yeah, see, this is... I mean, for what it's worth, I was always terrible at fighting games, so me being bad at this game is hardly a surprise. Yeah, so this is just how I play. You know what? I'm just going to just go for the long punch and see how far I get. There we go. Okay, I did it. Also, yeah, more shoe. Okay, so I think if you... Is it like 99 levels of this? Eventually... I don't know if the game ends or if it crashes. But I know that this game goes up to 99 rounds. Oh, you bastard. This game isn't that bad. It's kind of whatever. I mean, I've certainly played worse. Like, honestly... I would probably take this over Yie Ar Kung-Fu. Because at least the hit detection in this game makes sense. which is not something I can say about that game. I don't know. I mean, Urban Champion, I would really describe this more as just kind of a glorified Game & Watch game, really. It's very similar to the boxing Game & Watch game, I would say. Like, if you ever played that, this is a lot like that. And I played that game on the Game & Watch Gallery Advance as a kid. Like, I remember playing that for a bit. But yeah, this really just feels like an enhanced, like, remake of that, in a sense. Which, you know, not necessarily the worst idea. I don't know. The thing is, I mean, the fighting game genre barely existed in 1984. You know, it's like, what else was there? You know, there was Karate Champ, I think maybe came out slightly before this, but there wasn't much else. Also, yeah, you just got Morshu just dropping plant pots for some reason. Ugh. I want to see if the police car appears eventually. Ugh. Okay, now I'm just playing rubbish. I mean, to be fair, I was never great at this game anyway. I've played a fair bit of it. I've done a few wins on this before. I mean, it is basically just the same 3 rounds repeated over and over. And maybe the computer gets a little harder each time. I don't actually know. I don't know. I've never looked into this game that deeply. If I'm being honest with you, like, this is one of those games that just kind of exists. You know, it's kind of like... Yeah. It's a very slight game, let's put it that way. Where you're like, well... You know, I mean, I'd certainly take this over pinball. Like, this is... This works better than that. And again, as basic as this game is, like, I would take this over something like, you know, Yie Ar Kung-Fu. Or, what was that other game? Best of the Best? Like, the karate game that they did for the NES? Yeah, I don't really think much of that game either, to be honest. I guess that game has more going on, but not in a fun way. Oh. No, stop blocking my attack, you git. Yeah. I'm sure there's some sort of tactic to, like, psyching out the computer. I don't know what it is. To be fair, again, I am rubbish at fighting games. I always have been. Like, this isn't really my genre, particularly. Actually, I'm probably better at these kind of, like, early weird ones more than, like, anything that came after, like, Street Fighter 2. Or Street Fighter 2 itself. I'm rubbish at Street Fighter 2. I'll just tell you that straight up. Also, yeah, that does just kind of happen at random, which, you know, kind of makes sense. Oh. Yeah, see, this is annoying, where it's just like, you know, I'm just going to spam punches until I win. that sometimes feels like it just is the best tactics. Just like, you know what? Fuck tactics. I'm just going to just do this. Doesn't help this. I don't know if it's button reading. Also, it doesn't help when you constantly have police cars that interrupt the fight. It's like, yeah, we're not even... like, yeah, we're just going to just run out of time at this rate. Look at this. Because the game isn't letting me play. Oh. Yeah, it's just kind of random. But at least this part's funny. It's just like, you know what? If I'm going to lose, I may as well lose this way. But yeah. Feel like I got gamified by that. It's just like, you know what? We're just going to spawn like 50 police cars, and then you just lose. I don't know. I mean, what would you say? Is this game any good? You know what this game makes me think of? The Big Long Punch-Up, or whatever it's called, from the Fast Show. It's just like a sketch. Where it's just 2 people just, like, punching each other over and over again, just trading blows. You know, I don't know if you can run out of stamina. I guess if you go the distance over the course of many rounds, maybe. Wait, why have I still got the... why have I still got the manhole next to me? What's going on? I don't remember this before. I thought it reset after 3 rounds. Because, like when you win on the 3rd round. Ugh, okay, I did it. Yeah. Also, I'd forgotten you could get captured by the police as well. It is funny that they only arrest one of you, though. I never quite understood the logic behind that. It's a bit like in, what was it? Blades of Steel. Where, after the fight, only the person who lost the fight ends up losing. In fact, I suppose Blades of Steel's, like, one-on-one fights, they pretty much are inspired by that. Ugh! I need to get the big long punch up on this, just because it's funny. Ooh. See if I can pull this out of the bag. No! Oh, I kind of wish I was playing Blades of Steel, just because that game is so good. This... I mean, this game's not bad, but it's no Blades of Steel, let's be honest. But then again, few games are, let's be fair. There we go. Oh, you have the single cart of this? I've got this on multi-carts, because this is one that they always tend to include. I wonder if the computer actually, like, kind of learns your kind of input reads. Like, they kind of figure out strategy, depending on how you play. I get the feeling this game isn't really that sophisticated, though. Considering, I mean, this is literally a game from 1984. Yeah, it's kind of... Oh, okay, that's just me playing like an idiot. Yep, and I'm about to lose. And get hit by Morshu, who decided to be a prick. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I think that will do. You know, I'm like, you know what? Since the game is just the same 3 levels that just loop over and over, like... I mean, I'd say that beating level 3 essentially is beating the game. So I think I'll put that down as a win. You know, I beat the computer. Let me look this up. I'm not going to include this in the recording, but it's kind of how I have to end things. Also, yeah, if you are watching the recording, good night. And for those who